Boom, ba-dum, 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 ba-soo. Bing, ding, 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 ding. Win it, in it, drop it like it's hot.
That is good news. I'll be honest. Congrats. That is good.
And we're back.
Nice.
Neato, gang. No, not you yet. You. Yeah, something smooth. Yeah. Something real smooth. Radio station KUWT. Kill You With Truth Network. My name's Kip Nutcheck. Well, it's Oren Lamena, but for this purpose, my name's Kip Nutcheck. Checking in with you on this bluesy Tuesday. Slow sports news day. Timeline cruise day. We're going to be taking playing some of your favorite hits, including Rockies baseball. As pitchers and catchers are soon to report. Caught a bit of Jim Rome's show, and Bud Black was on there. We'll talk about that. Bronco fan, don't be that guy. We'll play that tune as I went across my timeline and saw some Bo Nix love and some whiny ASAP Rocky verdict came down. We'll go to the reaction and in the courtroom, not quite live, but we'll bring you up to speed on that. Skunk Life Media is in the house. We're going to be playing all your jams. We'll be playing all the jams, playing all the hits.
I want to thank the whole hood who came out here. I love y'all.
And if there's things that thrill you on your Twitter, well, formerly known as Twitter timeline, I invite you to send them to me. All the hits right here on Kill You With Truth Network. That's KUWT, the DMAX styled Kill You With Truth Network. Once again, I'm Kip Nupcheck, sitting in for Oren Lamena. Okay, I'm Oren Lamena, sitting in for... Yeah, that was nice. I enjoy my time with you knuckleheads, and it's Tuesday. There's no such thing as a slow news day, though. Oh, there's much to talk about, Why don't we go ahead and start the show?
And now it's time to play everybody's favorite game.
Good news. We are having that combination. Jesus Christ. We can't run.
Oh, yes. Back in the hood. It's good to be back. Back in my hood. Fission's in the building.
I want to thank the whole hood who came out here. I love y'all.
Every day in my hood, I'm a nice worker.
Should have been playing The Moments in Love, my guy. Ultimate late night radio host. Trying to be sexy. Voice singing, song. You know, I got those late night pipes. The quiet storm. I got those quiet and storm pipes. Fission's in the house. Oh, I said Fission's in the house. Skunk's in the house. Oh, I said Skunk's in the house. What other you lovely hoodsters are in the hood tonight? Welcome. Media critics in the house.
I want to thank the whole hood who came out here. I love y'all.
day in my hood, I bang. I'm a nice worker.
Cronky Sports it's the best. It's the best. It's fantastic. It's the best. It's fantastic. Nacho Libre. Love that movie. You know, I was feeling nostalgic. There's no real sports to watch tonight. And I just put on the Golf Channel. The 2001 Players Championship is on, and I'm just remembering like the days of Lefty and VJ Singh, obviously the striped one. Here's a question. It doesn't have to be official. Was there any, give me an athlete who was more important to the relevance of their sport coming and going than Tiger Woods? Is there anyone that you could say? Like Barry Bonds, Mark McGwire, like I think it would have to be maybe a combination of guys if you were talking about baseball. That home run steroid era, Roger Clemens and whatnot. Ah, that's a perfect one. That's good
I want to
fishing.
thank the whole hood who came out here. I love y'all.
That's a good one. Boxing did sort of take a turn for the less relevant after the Tyson era. That's when pay-per-view really captured us. It's not that it hasn't been like, I think Floyd has been good for boxing, or Floyd's era was good for boxing. I think he did right by the sport. I think Oscar De La Hoya's time did right by the sport. But yeah, the last time boxing was like that shit was definitely that's a good one. Good job fishing. Should Todd Helton become president of the Rockies baseball operation? Is Todd Helton still in baseball, media critic? That would be my question. I don't know what is Todd Helton doing these days. Halle Berry or Hallelujah?
I want to thank the
Congress in the
whole
house.
hood who came out here. I love y'all.
Every day in my hood, I bang. I'm a nice worker.
Welcome to the party, pal. This is Timothy Rimothy. That's over the top. Jackie Robinson, come on.
I want to thank the whole hood who came out here. I love y'all.
Every day in my hood, I bang. I'm a nice worker.
Baseball's relevance, I felt like through the steroid era, Ken Griffey Jr., I felt like baseball, the steroid era killed it. And so I would make it a triumvirate of guys between Mark McGwire, Sammy Sosa, Barry Bonds. Okay, a four-person mashup. And Roger Clemens. Wouldn't that be the last time we said that baseball was like top list? But now again, what I'm saying is, did those have these names that we're naming? Did they have more of a gravitational pull and effect than Tiger Woods did with golf? Like, think about how golf came and went. Maybe Roger Federer in tennis, but tennis never really got there. Like you guys, many of you guys were merely energy in your father's nether regions. Many of you listeners, when tennis was Bjorn Borg and whatnot, Andre Agassi, but I don't think any players coming and going had more effect on their sport than Tiger Woods. I'm sitting there watching 2001 players, and I'm just like, we cared about guys like Lefty and VJ Singh, and you know what I mean? Ooh, that's a good one, Timothy Rimothy. LeBron in a negative way? Would we say, so, okay, let's think about the antithesis to that. If basketball is irrelevant, who's the guy that it was last relevant with? Give me that guy. Halle Berry's mid as fuck. Skunk Life, you get one of those. You get one. I'll fuck with you. I'll fuck with you heavy, but you get one of those. You will not be insulting the queens around y'all. So Halle Berry's mid? Mid? You're a tough crowd, brother. You're a tough crowd, brother. You kidding me? Halle Berry is mid?
Are you fucking stupid?
What? That's not me that said that. That was that young person screaming at you like that.
Burger.
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 Jackie Robinson is disrespectful. Deion Sanders, are you saying that you don't think the NFL is relevant anymore, media critic? I think the NFL is more relevant than it's ever been. Bro, I will remain salty for life. They cast a storm over. Oh, you're not wrong there. That's not wrong. That's not wrong. That is a great observation. Dante's in the house.
Majority of what we're seeing
Oops.
are toxic.
That's not for you, Dante. This is for you. Dante's in the building.
I want to thank the whole hood who came out here. I love y'all.
Every day in my hood, I bang. I'm a nice worker.
I see some Kobe's in here. So you'd say Kobe was his exit out of NBA. That's when the NBA started to be. And I like that LeBron's name was thrown in there as the antithesis in the negative way. I like that. Ah, those Oakland Knights. Love the Bay. Love the Bay. Tennis popularity was all about demographics. It was when the baby boomers were still young enough to play tennis. Yeah, that was you know what I mean? That was a sport that when the middle class was actually a burgeoning middle class, you had a lot of people who had, you know, interests like that and the ability to go. Maybe you weren't part of a tennis club, but you know, there was a lot of tennis being played in those late 80s, early 90s. I fuck with that. Tennis never really, I felt like the Pete Sampras, you know what I mean? He kind of captured the attention. I think this was the Sports Center. Like, I would say that Tiger Woods was to golf what Sports Center. No, let me say that. Let me flip that. Tiger Woods was to golf what cable was to Sports Center. Pre, you know, internet explosion. Right? Sports Center was relevant before I could go on Twitter, and you know what I mean? Golf was relevant when Tiger was, you know, chasing down Jack. I still kind of hope that he can get back and hopefully, and you know, he still got some. What got me on it was I just clicked on ESPN and I don't know what the fuck this thing is. It said it's a watch live Jupiter Links Golf Club versus New York Golf Club. I'm like, damn, y'all are hard up for sports, right? And so I guess it's some weird promotional thing. It looks like they're trying to make golf, you know what I mean, like exciting. It looks like nighttime golf or some shit. Timothy Fishin says Tyson, because since him the heavyweight class, which was always the entertainment, was washed after Tyson. Mayfield holds. Yeah. Let me think. Yeah, because the Lennox Lewis reign, while I got a homeboy who just swears to God that Lennox Lewis is the greatest boxer of all time. The Lennox Lewis reign, we're selfish as Americans. And we're like, if it ain't America, we don't give a fuck. We don't give a stone cold Steve Austin fuck. This is great. If you're talking about wrestling, this is great. Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock. I think these kids, these AEW kids, think that they're seeing wrestling. I think they think John Cena. You say Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock. I say John Cena. Even though I didn't really watch the Cena years, I know about them. Wrestling just hasn't been the same since. But yeah, Stone. What? God, I fuck with Stone Cold Steve Austin. Stone Cold Steve Austin was just like one of the greatest happenings ever. Ooh, that ish was sexy. Tell the Mater D at your what? Conga. I may not be understanding the question fully. No, I think you're understanding the question fully. What I'm saying is I'm watching Tiger Woods and the 2001 Players. I don't think there's been an athlete that was more important to the relevance of their sport than Tiger Woods. But there are, I mean, and was more responsible. They're leaving, took the relevance of the sport with it. You feel what I'm saying? So Kobe Bryant retiring from the NBA took the relevance. We might still watch basketball, but basketball is definitely not nearly as competitive. And the LeBron era, I think you were the one that brought LeBron up. And so I agree with you, Kobe. The NBA is relevant for not basketball reasons. The NBA is relevant for cultural, social social political reasons. I don't know if it's bad. I don't know if anybody really enjoys watching the basketball. Are we enjoying what we're seeing? I love Joker. I think Joker will be, if things go the way that they're supposed to go, I think Joker could be a part of that resurgence of the sport in terms of just entertainment relevance, if he's able to keep it going. Silk robes and kimonos. Yes. Radio station KUWT, bringing you all the hits for your fat ass. Baby boomer demographics is also why pickleball is so popular now. Yeah, they're out there getting their knees all lubed up. Pause. We're gonna get to some other stuff. I want to talk. What should we talk first? You guys want to talk Broncos first, or you guys want to talk Rockies baseball first? 1 in the chat for Rockies baseball, 2 in the chat for Broncos. I wish we could have got to see pre-prison Tyson versus Holyfield. Me too. When he came out, you know, what he was trying to do with the ear bite. You guys know what he was trying to do, though, right? Evander Holyfield was a master. He was having a masterful presentation on how to box on Mike Tyson. Get him in the clinch. Get your shit off. Get him in the clinch. What Mike was trying to do was egg him into a fight. I think we would have still gotten what we wanted, Conga. By then, yeah, we were dealing with a different mentality, Mike, and that's saying a lot because he was always a wild man. If you really want to talk about old sports, there was almost a 50-year period since there was a Triple Crown winner in horse racing. Horse racing used to. I still love watching when it comes around. I still love seeing if we'll get. I think horse racing still holds it, to be honest with you, Fishing. I think horse racing still captures all of our attention. 1, the gambling aspect, right? 2, it never overstays its welcome. It comes in the 3 races and it goes. You feel me? It's not something that we have to get sick of. So we still clamor for more. But yeah, not getting a Triple Crown winner every year, you think you're going to get it. That's Adam Sandberg. You never saw that? No, I haven't. I'll be honest with you. I didn't see a lot of Adam Sandberg movies. Last one I saw was, what is it? Step Boy? What is it? Mama's Boy? Grandma's Boy? Is that Adam Sandberg? See, there's 2 Saturday Night Live classes that I really didn't grab any enjoyment out of. This most recent one, well, right before Keenan, I really like Keenan, and then the Adam Sandberg class. I just wasn't, the Dick in a Box class. I just never really got it with Sandberg. Although Reno, or what's the show that he was on Fox? He's kind of funny in that. Hold on. Halle Berry at the beginning of the movie Swordfish hitting golf balls is sizzle. When she's sunbathing, she's got the tatas on deck. The unauthorized Bash Brothers experience. Roman Reigns actually holds all box office ticket sales of wrestlers. I don't care about the box office, though. I'm talking about what matters to us on TV. They also wrestle in bigger and more places. Yeah, it's not the same. Not the same. Andy and Andy Sandberg. Got it. I stand by my answer then. Yeah, your answer was great. Broncos. I believe I said 2 was Broncos. Come on, Conga. Don't do that. Because it's relevant. Now you're going to make me 3. You're going to make me do it now. You're just going to make me pull the trigger. Let me see something. I'm getting a text from one of my favorite people in the world right now. Hold on. Hold, please. I should call her and put her on the knuckleheads. What eyes? Why? What eyes? Why? All right. Let's go. We're gonna go Rockies baseball because you guys are being plus. Well, we'll go Broncos. I don't know how long. Let's talk about Kendrick being what did he do? You'll have to tell me what he did. Okay, since you brought up rap, we'll start with the ASAP Rocky thing. We'll start with ASAP Rocky. I bet horses. You bet horses. I don't bet the ponies. I've done it. I've been to where? Kentucky. I've been to the Kentucky Derby. So what is that? Churchill Downs. I've been to Churchill, and it wasn't during the Kentucky Derby. It was just going to Churchill Downs, and I got so close on a couple, and I just never won one. I could see where the ponies could be bad. I could see where the ponies would be. I would be bad with the ponies. Since we're on this topic, what happened to UFC? It feels like it's silly. You know what I was surprised about this last? Now this is very personal. I liked the 4 African champs, not gonna lie. But of all of them, I love the last Stylebender. And is he taking 4 losses in his last fights? Kind of took some of the luster off for me. I think the problem with the UFC is that it's what makes it good, kind of what makes it bad, because our culture is one of, we love superstars. And besides John Jones, no one ever gets to stick around long enough in the UFC to become that. Does that make sense? It feels like a revolving door of really talented guys, but no one you can ever really, it doesn't have that stickiness yet. Am I tripping? Is that just me that feels like that? Tell me if it's just me that feels. USC is selling out worldwide. UCF, University of Central Florida, is selling out worldwide. That's tight. The Knights, aren't they the Knights? Yeah, I don't watch SNL, but he's funny. I watch wrestling still, and it's more valuable now than ever. I'll take your word for it. That's a bucket list of the Derby. Super Bowl halftime show. I tweeted you. Okay, I'll look at it. Oh, is that because the guys were coming out? Well, I think I saw this. Fishing. I think I saw this. You guys, man, you Kendrick haters are wild. You Kendrick haters are wild. You're gonna hold the dude responsible because he had to have guys coming out of the tunnel? Oh, no. You're talking about, okay, because I did see that. And I agree with you that it looks like, okay, hold on, let me show you guys what Fishing is talking about. We can't have a conversation by ourselves. And then we'll get to the ASAP Rocky verdict, and then we'll go into some sports stuff before I let you guys get about your evening. I know you got loved ones that you care for and that want. So Fishing saw this and pointed this out. And people are saying that this particular representation looks like this, and that's the Masonic temple symbol. And that Kendrick, now, what you need to know about the GNX presentation, if you didn't know, is that he set the field up to look like he set his performance field to look up like a controller, right? Now, it just so happens, the box, though, and I meant this when I said this to you, it's like, I don't know what the box has to do with the triangle. You feel me? I don't know what the box had. I don't know what this box has to do with a PlayStation controller triangle. So that was like, okay, a bit of the, everybody does this, are you in the Illuminati type shit? But yeah, I mean, come on. That's not the worst thing that Kendrick could have done. And there's lots of Freemasons, to be honest with you. So he could be a Freemason. Funny that people are talking more about the halftime show than the game. I know the game went, they had their whole parade. Did you see anything about Philly like that? Is your 9 p.m. thing still happening? And what does this mean? Okay, hold on. Let's see if we can get this. Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. Lame. Hold on, you guys. Sorry. Very unprofessional, but what does what mean? So cryptic. Okay. All right. That's because the best fighters are Russian and Chechen. Yeah, is that it? I think the UFC, for me personally, is the best promoted, is the best promoted of the combat sports. Obviously, there's only one other to speak of. It is the best thing going because he gets the fights. Dana gets the fights done. But be careful, UFC fan. If Turk Al-Sheikh has anything to say about it, I think boxing is going to come back in a big way. Now, I don't know. Prize fighting has always just been something that we love. And I think that UFC stepped into a gap that all the different sanctioning bodies left wide open. because we just weren't getting the fights. There's a lot of good, like 130, the 135 pound and 147 pound weight class right now is full of bangers, but you can't get these fights done. And I think if Turk has anything to say, but like the deal that Canelo just signed, 4-fight deal, includes Bud Crawford. That fight's going to happen this fall, and Canelo's going to have a tune-up fight against Teofimo Lopez. Like so I'd be careful. I love the sweet science. I love boxing. You know what I mean? And I've grown to appreciate UFC. Funny that people are talking. Okay, I got that. Okay, let's first go to since we're talking hip hop stuff. I found this interesting because we haven't seen anything like this, you guys, since you remember when for those of y'all old enough, remember when remember the Snoop verdict? You guys remember the Snoop verdict when Snoop was on trial for his life? I mean, Murder Was the Case that they gave me was the song that came out of it. And for those of y'all that don't know, A$AP Rocky was in the same, he was looking at 20 some odd years. Hold on. Let me see something. Let's look at the A$AP Rocky story. Hold on. Those better happen because boxing needs to be saved. I'd rather watch boxing than UFC, but boxing sucks now. Yeah, I think what you're going to see is that those sanctioning bodies are on notice because Turk's got the money. The problem that they're going to have is the money's no longer an issue for the fighters because Turk's got the money. He's going to pay it for the best fighters to set up the best fights. He's going to pay it. And what you're going to see is he's going to be able to make fights that other guys couldn't make. And the guys who don't fight in the fights that he's able to make, you know that they're not shit. They just want to, because you got a bunch of undefeated guys that want to keep their, Shakur Stevenson. You got a bunch of guys that want to keep their O, but the O's got to go. We want to see bang sessions. That's what it is. You got into the fight game. That's what it is. You know what I mean? And I think that Dana White's going to get a run for his money if Turk has anything to say about it. That Riyadh season thing is true. As I look up at the sky, my mind starts tripping. A tear drops my eye. My body temperature falls. You already know, Conga. Yeah. Trying to shake the dog. Murder. Why? Murder was the case that they gave. Okay, let's look at A$AP Rocky shit. Hold on. A$AP Rocky charges. So for y'all that didn't know, okay, so he was he had a gun assault, attempted murder, 2 felony counts of assault with a semi-automatic firearm, and was accused of shooting his partner in a heated argument in 2021. So he was looking at 24 years, which is, I mean, that's, you feel me? That's like some shit. I'm shaking. And they break in trying to save the dog. So you'll understand then. I mean, he was looking at a quarter of a century, which, with time served. I mean, with, whatever. If it's fed time, you probably do 2.5 days for every 4, something like that. So he just still had to do the better part of like 16 years. And he was found not guilty. And check this out. This shit right here is like, this is watch this, you guys. This is what I mean. I can't even be mad at the young man because it's like, bruh. Oh wait, what the hell?
Survived for this question already.
Man, where my thing go? Good. Where my thing go? Good. Hold on, good. How did that happen? Okay, wait. It's telling me something. That file's a bit too large. The solid limit. Present button. The fuck are you talking about, man? Sometimes, computers, you guys, just they talk and talk. It's the talking. They just talk and do all this yappity yapping. And I just need you to make what happened happen, Captain. Yapping, doing all that. You're always talking. Let me see if I can get this for y'all. I just found this like highly entertaining. Well, I know how to get it. I'm not gonna fuck around with y'all. I'm not gonna do it. Hold, please. You guys are all right. You're fine. How was your Tuesday? Tell me about your Tuesday. Tell me about it. Give me 2 things that you did today that was off the charts, just so much fun. Tell me about things that you did today that was just so much fun. All right, let's see if we can get this for you, knuckleheads. Thank you for your show tonight. Since the NCAA wasn't smart enough to schedule a good game. Yeah, I'm like Oklahoma. I'm like college basketball is in a bad way. They need to get that NIL money over to college hoops. Stiggity stat. A stiggity stat. Because it's not going well. All right, let me see if I can.
County of Los Angeles.
Here we go.
The Los Angeles Superior Court, County of Los Angeles. People
You guys hear that?
California versus Joaquin Mayers. Case number BA 508142-01. We, the jury, in the above entitled action, find the defendant, Joaquin Mayers, not guilty of
He went over the barrier to go hug his wife BRYANT. That's crazy. That was on some like.
Hold down, hold down. Verdict has to be read on count. Repeat again. We, the jury, above entitled action, find the defendant, Joaquin Mayers, not guilty of the semi-automatic firearm in violation of Penal Code Section 245, Section B. A felony is charging count 1 of the information. This 18th day of February 2025, jury seat number 9, 4 person. All right. Title court to cause. We, the jury, in the above entitled action, find the defendant, Joaquin Mayers, not guilty of the crime of assault.
Not guilty on all charges.
In violation of Penal Code Section 245, Section B. A felony of charging count 2 of the information. This 18th day of February 2025, juror seat number 9, 4 person.
Thank you. You always like I always like watching the attorneys like thank the, they're like thank you. They're like thanking the, but yeah, I mean shit, you fighting for your life. I get it. That's crazy, right? He went over the barrier to go hug his wife, like head first, dive over the barrier. That was some raw emotion. That's some raw emotion. Emotional damage. Because I would have went. Could you imagine that going the other way? That's when they do the feint. Oh my God! When they do the feint. What is this fishing? I got my wedding invites out today, and my son's Bo Nix jersey came in the mail today. Well, good for you and your son. When's the wedding? Where's my invite? ASAP Innocent. Okay, you said Bo Nix, so we'll go here. Bronco fan, don't be this guy. Here's my thing. I love a good debate. I love information before we get to Bud Black because you guys love Rockies baseball. I know you do. I know you do. I know you love it. I know you love it. This I found interesante. Ashton Kutcher enters the room. 5/25/25. Oh, nice. That's a great date. Said I was coming to the bachelor party. I'll be out there. You'd have to pay me well to watch a Rockies game. Come on, Conga. It's not well. No. For the let me rephrase that. Baseball. That's an obtuse statement. Rockies. I get where you're coming from. We'll talk about it though. Because Bud Black was on, and I thought it was interesting. Okay, so I saw some of this stuff going on. I'm like, I called it Timeline Tuesday because Bo Nix was trending on my timeline. And I was like, did Bo Nix get hurt? Did he get traded? Did he get an award? So I look, and there was this list that came out. Okay, here it is. So not that one yet. 10 best quarterbacks. Okay. And I think that they got this. Oh yeah. From BetMGM. BetMGM put out a list of the top 10 quarterbacks. And I think this same list came from that. The 10 best quarterbacks in the NFL based on their 2024 season. And Bo Nix came in at number 10, which I thought was that's an honor. He's been getting just racking up. But Bronco fan, so does this bother y'all? First of all, I guess I should ask, does this bother y'all? Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, Jaden Daniels, Baker Mayfield, Patrick Mahomes, Jalen Hurts, Matthew Stafford, Justin Herbert, Bo Nix. What do all 9 quarterbacks ahead of Bo Nix have in common? Well, all of them went further in the playoffs. So I'm assuming that's why they stacked the list this way, right? Yeah, to this point. Now, they lost out on T. Higgins because the Bengals are exactly who we know they are, who we thought they were. The Bengals franchise tag T. Higgins, so he's not going. You ain't going nowhere. But this, for a rookie season, I mean, obviously Jaden Daniels is in there, but Jaden Daniels had a hell of a year. Jalen Hurts won the Super Bowl. So it's like, okay, there's the list. And then I saw this guy. And then I said, Bronco fan, just don't be this guy. Just don't be. You can be anything you want to be. Is Bo Nix the most disrespected quarterback in the NFL? This is from Eloy. So I went and I looked at the comments because I was like, let me see what people are saying to this. I don't think people even think about him enough to disrespect him. He went to Buffalo against an average defense and laid an egg. What respect has he earned? Has Bo Nix earned our respect yet? Bo Nix's numbers say that he's a top 10 QB, and he was in the top 10. He was just 10th. All that would note with no number 1 wide receiver, tight end, or RB. Agreed. Bo Nix was ahead of Russell Wilson. Yeah, Russell didn't even make the list. A team can still trade for Higgins, but now you got to pay Higgins and give up a draft pick to get him. I wouldn't do it. Not for T. Higgins. So it's like, and then I saw this guy, Craig Hart, who I was feeling. No, stop with the victim shit. So where do you come out on this? Is Bo Nix being disrespected where he was ranked at 10? I want to say yes, but that's still probably Derek Carr. Derek Carr is never disrespected. Derek Carr is who he thought he was. He's exactly who we all thought he was. I've seen him in top 10 lists, so no, he's probably one of the more overrated quarterbacks. Says Phil everything. Is Bo Nix overrated? I think that's a bit of a stretch. By far the most disrespected quarterback. See, this is why the people don't fuck with you, Bronco fan. Some of y'all is wackadoos. By far the most disrespected QB. One of the CBS turds redrafted and still had him going 4th QB chosen, 6th overall. An intelligent person would have him 2nd overall ahead of Caleb in May. Just haters everywhere. Is that what this is? Is that what's happening? This was wild. This is just a wild tweet. Having abs in the NFL is easy. Having abs out of the NFL is hard. Here are 10 tricks to get those abs. What? That's crazy. It appears so, all because Peyton was so boisterous about how right he is for making that pick, that there's a lot of people that want to see him proven wrong. That's my theory, at least. Fans love to see guys proven wrong. Let's see. I'd say it's fair to Bowen 10-15 range. Above that would just be Homer list. Yeah, I feel like it's like, just don't be that guy. I hope the Broncos get Scatterboo. I hope the Broncos get Scatterboo because of his last name. Damn it, Bobby's in that. Damn it, Bobby.
I want to thank the whole hood who came out here. I love y'all.
Every day in my hood, I bang. I'm a nice worker.
I just feel like Bo Nix is rated. I think he's fairly rated. I think he did his numbers. I think the respect that he's gotten is the respect that he's due. And I think the difference is, let me see something. Caleb, I could see Caleb's a bit overrated, right? Hold on. What'd you say, Timothy Roon? What you talking? Why are male adult ads on your timeline? Or listen, that's not my timeline. That's the Bo Nix. That is the Bo Nix. Hey man, hey man, hey man, hey man, hey man. Cut all that. We're not doing none of that. We ain't doing none of that. That's not my timeline. You see it up here. That's the search. Hey man, and that was inside of a tweet. Tim. We're not doing none of that, TR. None of it. The fuck? Bo Nix 3,775 passing yards would be the third most single season in Bears franchise history. Bo Nix 29 passing TDs would tie most in Bears single season history. Damn. Hey man. Hey man. Hey man. Check this out. Check this out. What we're not going to do, both of y'all are on notice. What we're not going to do is what y'all are trying to do. Slandering my character, that's not happening in these streets.
I want to thank the whole hood who came out here. I love y'all.
Every day in my hood, I bang. I'm a nice worker.
I'm not going to say it again. If we talking shit, I'm not going to say it again. I'm not saying it again. Anna's in the house.
Who wants to have some fun? I do.
I want to thank the whole hood who came out here. I love y'all.
Every day in my hood, I bang. I'm a nice worker.
And ain't shit funny about it, fishing. What's up, everyone? Bo Nix is going to surpass all career expectations and eclipse Manning and Elway in 12 years. I'm right. Don't agree? That's your opinion, but you're wrong. LOL. Okay. All right. You come in and lay down. You talk your shit. Do your big one. Talk your shit. And then Oren, who wins, Canelo or Crawford? I'm gonna tell you right now. The same way B-Vol gave Canelo problems, Bud's gonna put the pause on him. It's not gonna be pretty. Bud's gonna put the pause on him. Pound for pound, the best boxer in the world is Terrence Bud Crawford. Full stop. I don't want to hear about Boots in this. It's Bud. You know why? Because Bud used to wrestle. All my MMA guys can attest to this. Bud brings over the finer points of MMA that most MMA fighters can't take into a boxing match because he knows how to box. Bud will put Canelo on his pockets. He's bigger than I think most people think. If you ever look at Bud's legs, I would, you talking about shit right now, but Usyk, listen, I feel like I would have loved to see him go up against some of the greatest. I think it's hard to measure because the heavyweight division is so trash, but Usyk, I agree with that. I like that. I take Crawford over Canelo hands down for sure. I think it would be a great fight because Canelo is one of those warrior types. You know what I'm saying? But think back to the fight that he had, how he got outclassed by the way that he got outclassed by Floyd, and then the way that he got outpowered by B-Vol. I think you'd see something similar to that in one guy. Bud is no joke, man. I'm telling you, Bud Crawford, when all is said and done, will be one of them ones. Terrence Bud Crawford is the real deal. It's a shame that they can't get all the fights lined up. Hopefully that changes before he decides to hang it up, so people can really see it. What are we firing about, Andon? Oh, your pick. I like it. Canelo's about 3 to 5 years past his prime. I don't know. Let me ask you this, and then we're gonna keep the conversation going forward. In boxing, I know. I think Bud could get up to that. I think Bud could probably fight at one. He could do junior welter. I think Bud could get that. He definitely gets you talking about shit now. Because that first one, bang session. You know what was so fucked up about that fight? Damn it, Bobby. Is that it was, what was that fight on at like noon? because it was a Riyadh season fight. Bang session. I can't wait till the second one of those, because Beterbiev, he one of them ones. That's a man's man. And Bivol's just a guy. Bivol's just one of them. He's one of them guys. I don't think he lost that fight like it was a good fight. I can't wait till number 2. Canelo was in his prime when Floyd retired for about 3 years and then avoided fights. I think you're right. I think you're right. But I think this. That's what I was going to ask you. I didn't get to finish asking. With Canelo, I think different than any fighter I've seen. I think different than any other boxer that I've seen. I just haven't seen the slowdown in Canelo, not in speed and not in power. And so it seems like he's got something in a bottle. It seems like he's got some magic in a bottle. And like when he lost to Bivol, the only thing you saw was that's a big man. And I just don't think he understood. I don't think many people can really see how stocky and how much bigger a fighter Bud is. And Bud's got one of them. My mama told me that I wasn't shit. I think there's some what do they call it? Matricide. I think there's some matricidal like rage just underneath the Bud surface. I know he loves his mama, but if you ever listen to his story, he'll tell you, you know what I mean, how his mom raised him. And when he digs down and finds that other level, I just don't think there's anybody who's fucking with him. Benavidez, yeah. I like David. I like both the brothers. I just think the boxing right now, with the exception of the Charlo brothers, I just think boxing's got a lot of talent in it. It's just getting the fights set up. And I think what's going to end up happening, like I said, what's going to end up happening, damn it, Bobby, and Fishing and all my boxing fans, Dante, what's going to end up happening is that it's not going to matter what the WBC, the WBO, WBA, it's not going to matter what they want to do, what they think. Money talks, bullshit walks, and that dude's got a ton of it. And what Turk's going to do is Turk is going to get the guys fighting. Damn it, Bobby, did you see Bud talk? Tank don't want it like that. I'm a huge Gervonta Davis fan, but I think he's like, it's going to take 3 Lamborghinis. Well, you know what? First of all, Turk's got him. Second of all, I don't think he wants it like that because he wants to retire. He says he don't care about legacy, but he wants to retire undefeated. And I don't think he's worth undefeated status because you should have already been done set up a fight with any one of your contemporaries outside of Ryan Garcia. Those fights have been there to be had. And I just don't think he wants it because there's guys out there who I think I've seen enough. When he fought Pitbull, Cruz, when he fought Cruz, don't get it twisted. He won that fight, but he could have lost that fight, if you feel what I'm saying. And then what are you putting in your spice? Bo better than Manny. How much you want to bet? Andon? What's in that spice, brother? What's in that spice? Tank versus Lopez, at least. I know. You don't want him. I'm telling you, he wants Tank. Tank doesn't. And you know what I'll say about this? I think he's earned the right because it's coming. And I think every fighter that's not about that life can see it. They talk all that shit, but what has happened is Turk said, okay, I've got the bag. It's an unlimited bag virtually. I think the 4-fight deal that Canelo signed is like rich for the rest of your life, Powerball money type deal. 4 fights. He can be done. I think the reason why I fuck with Canelo is because he's not afraid to lose. He wants to bang. And every fighter's on notice. Don't talk that shit about anybody, anytime, anywhere, because Turk's gonna put you to the test. I got the bread. Come over here and fight in Riyadh season. It doesn't even have to go against what you're doing. Finish your fight deal, whatever you got going on, fit it in between. I don't give a fuck. I got the bread. I'm setting up the fights because he wants to see him. And I think that's exactly what boxing has always needed. Damn, I quick Google searched Bivol Beterbiev. You're gonna be when is it? When is it? I didn't think it was coming around that way. Canelo ducking Bennett. You think he's ducking him, damn it? I don't think he's ducking him. I don't think Canelo's ducked anyone. I think, let me rephrase that. I think Canelo was playing the game. And you while it was set up the way that was, you're supposed to play the game like it's supposed to be played. I have everything to lose and nothing to gain by giving opportunity to some guys who just didn't deserve to be there yet. Bud is not that guy. And so when he accepted the fight with Bud, it looked like he was ducking Bud. I don't think he's like, you know who I love to watch fight? Caleb Plant. That's my guy right there. Like, when you see Caleb go in there and like give Canelo that work and just not be able to seal the deal, it's like I think Canelo is a great champion. I think he's a great champion. Yeah, I think he's a great champion. Benavidez would beat him worse than Bivol. You think? I don't know, bro. I don't know. Once you've lost, it's over. Once you lost, it's easier to take fights and not protect your record the way they do now. I know. And that's the thing, is that retiring undefeated, like, everybody wants Floyd's legacy. But the thing about Floyd, it'll never happen again. It'll never happen again and be considered legit, because you can't say Floyd didn't fight everybody that was the best, with the exception of the name's escaping me, Kuala Lumpur. Y'all know who I'm talking about. They didn't mix it up when they were supposed to. But every other fight, Floyd took and won. And so it was just a different time. And so I think Floyd is one of, so all these guys want somebody's gotta go, but it can't be like that. You gotta want to bang for the sake of banging and proving that if I get one. That's why I fuck with the UFC. I fuck with the UFC because it's not about protecting an undefeated record. It's about getting in, making the fights. And like, I hate the fact that what's Adesanya in his last 5 fights? He's 1-4 in his last 5 fights, but he's not been afraid to get in there and take the fights. They make the fights. Dana White put all of boxing to shame in what, a decade? I know it's been around longer than that, but I'm saying the rise, he put all of boxing to shame, because he's like, my guys will make the weight and make the fights. We don't have that problem. Floyd fought everybody. So all these guys that are like, they want to protect their undefeated record. Well, who gives a fuck? You didn't fight the best in your era. So who cares? Nix has already had a better rookie season than Peyton Manning or John Elway. So by that logic, he's projecting to have a better career. Andon, slow down. Let a guy have some hope. You got all the hope you need. Hope floats, my brother. Riyadh, Saudi Arabia this Saturday. Is it? And you're going to be there? Okay, Timothy Remothy, you world traveler, you motherfucker. God damn. Give me something. A piece of memorabilia. Bring me back a handful of sand or something. What we doing? What are we doing? What is we doing? Gonna be in Saudi? You going to Saudi? Remember when Ronda wanted to fight Floyd? LOL. Ronda Rousey wanted to fight Floyd? I think that's what we're talking about. Yeah. Floyd was the best pure boxer ever. That's why he stayed undefeated. Period. End of story. End of story. And I hated the thing that, his fights are boring. The point of boxing, one, is to not get hit. That really is the point. It's a sport. It's not for our bloodlust. But he was the greatest at giving you everything that you needed to see. Bang, he'll bang with you. A defensive wizard, like a boxer's boxer. Floyd had it all. He had everything. If you've seen Pernell Whitaker, the thing about Pernell Whitaker is he kind of had pillow hands. I wouldn't say pillow hands. He just didn't have that power like that. Go watch Pernell Whitaker versus Oscar De La Hoya. Fucking clinic. But as soon as Floyd ascended, it was over. But UFC is a monopoly where boxing has all. Yeah, but saying that, look at the mess that boxing is. You see what I'm saying? UFC is a monopoly for sure, but so is the NFL. You feel me? It's like, why have 10 games in town if the 10 games equals we don't get to see as fans the best fights? That's the problem I think that everybody will always have with boxing is that it's nonsensical. At a certain point in time, it's like, so this guy's the champ at 137, and that guy's the champ at 137, and that guy's the champ at 1. Well, then those 4 guys should fight and figure it out. And it's like, well, this guy don't want to fight that guy because this guy's undefeated, and that guy's undefeated, and that guy, that belt's not respected. It's nonsensical. It worked in our comeuppance because for whatever reason, the fights got made. The fights were getting made for whatever reason. And it's just gotten more and more fractured as it's gone on. You know who's been a huge part of that, which is shame on him? Oscar De La Hoya. Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy has been as complicit in the ruining of the sport as anyone. And then using your logic, Bo will be the biggest bust in the history of the NFL. Damn, Andon, your opinion is not being taken well to. The NFL has different teams bidding for players' services. UFC is only okay. No, you're fair. That's true. I guess what I'm saying is that at the end of the day, the only game in town is the NFL. In boxing, the only game in town isn't just the PBC or just, you know what I mean, the WBA. You know what I mean? And ne'er the two have to ever meet. So this one can have a welterweight champion and this one can have a welterweight champion. So that's, you see what I'm saying? That's not like the NFL. The San Diego Chargers aren't playing in a separate league and then coming over and playing the NFL. You feel what I'm saying? It's not like the AFL and the NFL were. So yes, there's different teams, but they all are still, that's just like different fight camps, but they're all under, one deal. You feel what I'm saying? It doesn't work because guys can hide. It's not that it doesn't work because of the amount of belts. It doesn't work because guys can hide and say nonsensical shit like I'll fight anybody anywhere. And it's like, okay, that guy wants to fight you. Oh no, because I'm the A side, and if he don't give me this and weight draining and all this other bullshit, that's just kind of like get one guy who can make the fights. Boxing has too many belts and promoters for people to pay attention and care. And that's the other part. Is that it gets convoluted to where it can fuck you up. There's only one UFC heavyweight champion. There's only one UFC welterweight champion. There's only one UFC super flyweight champion. One, you know what I'm saying? It's like it makes it easier for fans to buy into. You have to love boxing to know anything that's going on in the sport right now. And it's probably the worst promoted sport, worse than hockey, worse than all, the worst. But I'm telling you, Turk Al-Sheikh, he's gonna change that. You know who else is good for that? As much as I hate to say it, Jake Paul. Jake Paul is good for boxing from a promotional standpoint. I'm not saying he's good for the sport, but he is good for boxing from a promotional standpoint because he puts undercards on his fights that are worth watching. Number one, his purse is big enough to usually pay out well. And though I think he's an aberration to the sweet science, what he's doing to promote the fight game, you know what I mean, to bring attention to it is actually, do I want to say admirable? I don't know what to call it. It's something. It's something. I don't, damn it, Bobby, I'm about to come to your point too. I think what boxing would, what we used to, like Friday night fights, what we used to benefit from is there was one place where you could go and watch boxing. And now there's not that anymore. I'm not going to be there. I'm not going to be there. I thought you were curious where it was in time. Your sarcasm got me. Oh, okay. I thought you was, man, I'm like, damn, bring a nigga some sand or something. You feel me? Bring back some handful of sand. Dana makes his fighters fight. Who he says, not who they says. That's why people watch UFC more now than boxing. Period. It's an open and shut case. If you're a fringe, you can get into the MMA because the way that first of all, the billing I think is phenomenal. UFC 447. I think that's phenomenal. It's like a podcast. That in and of itself just makes it easily categorically to find. You know what I mean? I don't know the fighters. What number UFC? And it's just up there. Boom, UFC, boom, 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 right? And then you get the guys underneath it. Dana White, I think when it's all said and done, will go down as one of the greatest figures in sports history because he took a non-sport and turned it into, quite possibly, I think it will, Riyadh season, we'll see what Turk is able to actually do. But it might, like, I'd rather watch a UFC fight than watch, this is going to sound crazy, I'd rather watch a big UFC fight than watch the Super Bowl. You just get more bang for your buck. The Super Bowl can either, one, suck, which many of them have. It's very anticlimactic to the season. And there's just all this bullshit surrounding it to where it's like, but you watch a UFC fight, the undercards, not all of them, but they let me say a combat sport fight, because boxing can do the same thing. You know, you might see one or two undercards that you don't like, but there's going to be something that, I don't know. It's just, and I think that where he's taken UFC, he might be one of the most important figures in professional sports. 4 belts is crazy for sure. Yeah, it's stupid. Why did the UFC become more popular than boxing? Was it because boxing was so corrupt, or just the hipsters surpassing the OGs? Your first point, Dante. People started to, true or not, people just started to believe the hype that it's corrupt, and then it plays out like it's corrupt. So for sure, it's just kind of like, I don't got time for this shit. Can you make the fights or not? And I don't know who anybody is. Nobody knows who anybody is. Worst promoted sport going. You guys aren't going to trick me out of talking about the Rockies. Oh, we're going to talk about the Rockies. God damn it. Boxing is hurting in the USA for sure. Yeah, there's just got to be a fix. Monopoly. Yep. I have no problem with the Paul brothers. They're smart businessmen who are playing the game. I don't either. I have a problem with them. I don't have a problem with their business savvy. You savvy. I have a problem with them. I think they're both reprehensible human beings. I'll tell you one. Logan Paul went and did some a piece of content in that hanging forest. It's somewhere in China. Just reprehensible human being shit. But as businessmen, yeah, get your money. I mean, we live in America, man. America's a business. Now fucking pay me. Who said that? America's not a country. It's a business. Now fucking pay. I live in America. In America, you're on your own. America's not a country. It's a business. Now fucking pay me. The best things in life are, who said that? I'm gonna leave that one out there and see if you guys know the movie. Oh wait, Andon said, I don't know if you could have a bigger bust than Johnny Manziel, but I wanted his career to work out so well. I loved Texas A&M Johnny Manziel. I wanted it to work out so well. He might be bigger bust than Jamarcus Russell, only because it's 1 or 2. But we'll have to wait and see if that's the case. I'm buying them Mahomes jersey. Boxing and freak hair show dude ruined it. UFC capitalized on boxing's mistake, period. He left the door open and Dana came running in. Yeah, Don King. Don King is interesting story though. You should go watch Don King's got a really interesting story. Super interesting story. You can almost get why he turned out the way that he did. Dana White is one of the best promoters for sure. I'm not just saying promoter. I'm talking about as a businessman. I'm talking about pro sports. It's hard. Think about what I said to start this. Think about where golf was during the Tiger years. Now think about where golf is now. Who's the number 1 golfer in the world? You don't know. And you don't care. You don't give a shit. Think about tennis going from the Roger Federer days, where Federer is still, that guy. But think about, do you know when Wimbledon is? I don't. And I don't care. When you think about what Dana White, he turned UFC into a worldwide renowned sport in a decade. A little over a decade, but basically a decade. With the market share being what it is, that's fucking crazy. He might go down, I'm serious when I say this, as the most pivotal figure in sports, because there's just, who's done that? e-racing and all that shit. That's not going to do that. You're not going to see and it was a fringe sport with boxing still around, mind you. When it came to combat sports, when my biggest problem with NASCAR can't do it, he's done what the NHL hasn't been able to. One man, not by himself. Obviously, he's got the fighters. One guy. That shit's crazy. That shit's crazy. Dana White turned the UFC into modern day gladiators. People have been watching people hurt each other since the beginning of time. No, I don't disagree with that. I'm just saying when it comes to market share, we're just talking about the business of it. It's not anything new that he did. I'm just saying the likelihood, the chances of that happening are very slim. You got to know that. No particular TV deal to start with, just putting together fight cards. And made it interesting. I don't know. It sounds like you guys are scoffing at it. CTE always says UFC is safer than boxing. That also ruined boxing. I don't think, I'll be honest with you, Fishing, I don't think anybody cares. I know we say we care. We don't care. We should care. We don't care. We want our gladiators to show up because, if people care, there'd be no such thing as a boring fight, right? If people care, there'd be no such thing as we don't care. We just want them to show up and bang out. Here's what it is. Dana White has made a sport that some schools are going to start adapting into seasonal sport. I can see it because now there's a path. There's a place to reach. I'll give you a perfect example. The problem with football, real football in America is cats can't see the path to the pros. Yes, that's not to say that MLS isn't there. That's to say MLS is irrelevant and it's just not. You know what I mean? There's a path. Like I know Nate Marquardt. Y'all have to give me the guys that are from Colorado alone. Like there have been world champion UFC guys from Colorado. I mean, from the Ultimate Fighter, he just did the thing. And I think when it's all said and done, when you look back on the market share, and I don't think it's going anywhere. That's the other part. I think it can only get more bombastic, probably because now he's got that slap box thing. I'm guaranteeing you there's a bare knuckle thing that will follow up behind it, like snatch. Dad, you feel me? Dana White is he's a bad motherfucker. Dana White is a bad motherfucker. Next UFC pay-per-view, a banger. Poatan and yeah. Who do you got in that fight? I don't know a lot about Ankalaev. Vince McMahon is the best promoter to ever live. He had people believing wrestling was real for over 20 years, and he made it $1 billion company promoting a fake sport. Beat that. Can't beat that. I will not forget about Vince McMahon. The only thing I'll say about that is that you said sport. Did you say sport? It's not even a fake sport. It's not a sport at all. It's a soap opera. It's a soap opera that plays out athletically, but it's not a sport. That's the only thing I would say to that. But he is a great promoter. Things are luckily starting to change for the better in USA Soccer. A lot of big changes happening in the last year. I hope so. But the only problem is that how do you get the MLS? How do you make I like watching soccer. How do you make the MLS look and feel like Premier League? I think that the interest, I don't know if the interest is there, to be honest with you. How do you get soccer to feel? It's really how the game plays out. Americans don't like to watch baseball. You think Americans want to watch a 0-0? Like nobody wants to watch that. It's hard. I think you'd have to put explosive obstacles on the pitch. Like if you put landmines on the pitch, I think people might like soccer a little more. Nate, Donald, and Whitman, I think. Yeah, there's been 3 or 4. It's tight. And it's like that's something that a college before, think about the path, guys that you went to high school with that wrestled that were really good. I went to school with a guy named Ahmed Nunn. Great wrestler. Think about the path for a wrestler coming out of my generation, all the way up until before UFC. You were going to wrestle in high school. Maybe you took it into college. Maybe you were good enough to try out for the Olympic team. You're done. Now, all those guys are training and fighting in small leagues, trying to get noticed, to get up. I just think it's amazing. I think it's amazing. Now, the stories are, you know, few and far between are the guys. It's like making an NFL. But I just think that having created an industry, I just think it's amazing when people do that. I think that is, like, how many times has that been done? How many times has that been done? He literally, every Greco-Roman rules, every high school wrestler now kind of has something to shoot for if you really want to take it serious, right? That doesn't happen often. The ball chicken fights out of Denver as well. Is he from there? Is he from there? Mohamed Ankalev, he's Dagestani who strikes. And anybody who's from any of the stans, because murder. Because murderers. Fishing, true. CTE heavyweight boxing is much more brutal than UFC. Yeah, you take a lot of head punches because the heavyweights are. No one wants to watch a technical heavyweight fight. No one wants to watch a technical boxing match. That's what's so. The thing about boxing is because it's a striking only sport. The only way that you can score, it kind of promotes, you know, knockouts because fans don't want to see a good technical boxing match, which is sad. MLS needs promotion relegation with the USL. Yeah, they need something. MLS needs something. I don't know what you would do. I just don't think it's they've had enough time and enough guys come over and, you know, join the MLS, and it just hasn't moved the needle. It just doesn't work here. We don't like football. We like football. We like football. You taking okay. I'll watch the fight. I don't have a dog in the hunt because I don't know enough. But most UFC cards deliver. For soccer, it is much like NHL. You absolutely have a fan base that love to watch it and follow it. However, the marketing and star power is just not big. Yeah, it's hard, Timothy Remedy. It's hard because the way the sport plays out, how do you market that to a short attention span Western mindset? Give me the goals. Where are the goals? Give me the goals. Where are the stars? That's, you know what I mean? We don't love the sport. We want the action. So it's hard to market that in the West. A boxer died not that long ago, like a couple weeks ago. I think I saw that. Damn it, Bobby. I think I did see that. MLS soccer is like watching high school compared to the Premier League. Yeah. You just can't. The talent pool drops off extremely. But World Cup, we all get up for the World Cup. Like how are you not able to bottle that? I think less teams and more, like, how do you get US teams to participate in that premier sort of whatever the underling is to the premier and get relegated up there and just have a squad that basically either has to train over there or come back and forth. I don't know. A couple friendlies over here. I know that happens, but we need that thing that they have over there. I love to see soccer fan enjoying themselves at a soccer game because it sounds so much. It sounds like so much fun. It sounds like so much, like they're singing. They got these chants. You got soccer hooligans. You ever seen Green Street Hooligans, the movie? They got soccer hooligans. It's like, you know, you got your club, that thing that Ryan Reynolds and the other guy from It's Always Sunny in Always Sunny in Philadelphia, that little thing that they did, and they buy Wrexham, and it's just like, you know, they're buying into this old club, like that feel. Those soccer stadiums in neighborhoods, that shit's fire. And we just can't, I guess we just don't have room for that. Like that's but the pomp and the circumstance of the NFL, to me, far often it under delivers. Like, could you imagine being a Jacksonville Jaguars fan? Could you imagine? Could you imagine being a Cleveland Browns fan? Could you imagine all that big stadium and all that pomp and that circumstance? And every year, it's just kind of like all you can buy into is hopefully this is our year. Whereas in soccer, they're bought into the thing. Even if our team sucks, there's just a shot. I don't know how you ingest that. I don't know how you inject that in the MLS. It just hasn't worked. MLS is closer to English Championship League than Premier League. They need to do something. I think break it down and start over. I think they should break down the MLS and start over, to be quite honest with you. Ben Henderson, Donald Cerrone, Brendan Schaub. Brendan Schaub, I do know Brendan is. I don't like Brendan, though. Dang, that's the guy. Dwayne Ludwig. We used to date the same girl. We've dated the same girl. Dwayne Bang Ludwig. He's fire, though. I fuck with him. He's actually a really good dude. Like, I've met him. Justin Gagey. I forgot about Justin. Yeah, it's just tight how I think it's tight how UFC, and also the thing about UFC is it allows for guys from different disciplines to all vie for the same belts. So now you're talking about if you can learn the ground game, if you're a taekwondo guy, you can go into, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're a karate guy, you can go in UFC. If you're a Muay Thai guy, you can go into UFC. If you're a wrestler pure, you can go into UFC. If you're a boxer, not so good, you can go into. I just think that it's amazing what he's created. I really do think UFC. I'm always going to pick boxing. I love the sweet science. I just think it often is, when it's at their best, boxing to me is just a better watch. It's a more enjoyable watch. But as a happening, I fucking love the UFC. I love catching a fight card. It's usually always entertaining. Colorado versus Salt Lake rivalry is feisty as fuck. Okay. We got a lot out of that. We got mileage out of that. Don't be that guy, Bronco fan. Don't be this guy. Bo Nix is not being hated on. He's not being hated on. It's not a thing. Okay. How about this? I don't care. I don't want to hear your mouth. We're talking about it. I don't want to hear it. What do you got fishing? Raquel Pennington, Kat Zanongo, Rose Namajunas. Rose Namajunas? Wait, is she? Oh, she trains out of college. Okay. Rose Namajunas is a murderer. She comes in. She's got her little shaved bald head. She's so cute. She's so quiet, so understated. And when fucking beast. I like Namajunas. I like it a lot. 12 rounds of championship boxing will hit harder than UFC, but we get a lot more UFC. Yeah, it's just like, as a spectacle, give me UFC. As a sport, give me boxing. Like, as a thing, as a happening, give me UFC. As a sport, give me boxing. Colorado Rapids really did well this past season, and the stadium was near sold out for almost every game. Living close to the stadium, I have seen a boost in soccer popularity over the last few years. Okay, Andon, you live close to the stadium. I'm going to share something with you, and this is cultural. Then, as I know, that back half of, because you're talking about the back half of where I grew up. That's Montbello. You know what I mean? The Arsenal, former Arsenal, and all that over there. Lots of Hispanics. And anytime I have been over to Dick's Sporting Goods or in and around, I go, you go for fireworks, shit like that. You see it. You see the representation. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing. I just don't think everybody has that. How many how many? East side of the stadium. What about the east side of the stadium? Is that where you stay fishing? I used to live back there. I was off of Blackhawk for the longest. You saying you stay off the east side of the stadium? All right, we're talking about it. I don't want to hear it. We're talking about the Rockies, and you're going to stick around for it. We're talking about it. We're going to talk about it. It's the pancake breakfast. We do it. So Bud Black, I saw this. This is what started my timeline. This is what started my timeline. My timeline Tuesday. No, that's what you were talking about. No, that's what you were talking about. Here, say what you said again. Stop it, damn it. Stop it. We're going to talk about it, and you're going to enjoy it. We're talking just not about Rockies, though. Worst trades in history. Who beats LA first, the Rockies or the Rapids? That's a good question. I remember one time I was working parabolic mic for a Rapids game, and Landon Donovan was still playing for the LA Galaxy. And this mother, oh my God. I'm working the parabolic microphone, the big round one that gets, and it's side gig, paid well, a couple hundred, like $400-500, seriously. And this mother and these kids are behind me over my shoulder. Fuck you, Landon Donovan. The kids 10, 11, and they're soccer kids. Fuck you, Landon Donovan. This is the mother. Oh, soccer mom, I was aghast. I was shocked. I was shocked and aghast. I was shocked, aghast, and appalled. I was shocked, appalled, and aghast, and taken aback. I was, fuck you, Landon. I mean, like over. She just kept going. The Rapids became the Rockies. They would have been better MLB record. All right, hold on, you knuckleheads. Let's get to it. So Bud Black was on Jim Rome, and they're talking about spring training, guys reporting, and KRIS. Just listen.
16 National League MVP. Obviously, if he's feeling good, that's going to give you.
First of all, when he said 2016 National League MVP, I'm like, damn. That's just like you trade. Anyway,
his health obviously is tantamount to Kris Bryant, 2016 National League MVP. Obviously, if he's feeling good, that's going to give you a much better chance. How does he look and feel after battling injuries for the past few seasons?
Yeah, no doubt. He's a big part of this. When we signed him 3 years ago, the 3 years haven't quite worked out like we'd hope. And Kris will tell you the same thing. But right now, got into camp yesterday, got in the cage with our hitting guys who look great. Physically had a really good offseason. The back issues are something that he's going to have to manage. But I think for the first time in his career, I think he truly realizes a regimented program in the wintertime is necessary.
That's a problem. For the first time in his career, he felt okay saying this. For the first time in his career, Kris Bryant is like, oh, maybe I should take care of my body. What?
He's going to carry that through the season, but he looks great. He's confident. We spoke this morning about where he is and how he's doing. So, I mean, all signs are pointing in the right direction with KB, but we need him. I mean, like you said, he was an MVP in this league. He's a World Series champion.
He was an MVP 7 seasons ago. 7. Not 6, 7. 7. 7 Lords leaping. 7. What's in the box? 7. He was an MVP 7 years ago.
Champion. You look at the career numbers in Chicago, they're real. He's still
the career numbers in Chicago were 3 years ago. That man hasn't played 100 games. Even
in his early 30s, there's still a lot of baseball left. He's again. I'm not going to say we're crossing our fingers, but
what?
I'm really feeling good about this one. So let's hope that's the case.
Holy shit, Rockies fans are. It's bad. Think about, okay, I know the trade wasn't straight up. They did not trade Nolan Arenado for KRIS. So that's not. But they got KRIS the year after. Wasn't it the year after they traded Nolan? Kris Bryant has played 3 seasons of baseball, less than 60 games every season. He makes what, 60 so million less than Nolan, 80 million less than Nolan. I don't give a shit. That the total contract, $182 million contract versus a $260 million. I want to read something to you guys because I think this is a shame, and I think that this is something that should be investigated because it got me thinking. Like, and the Rockies paid, mind you, the Rockies paid the Cardinals $51 million to trade away a future Hall of Famer, a perennial Gold Glover on the hot corner. Like, just really Major League, the movie type shit, right? Let me get some of y'all's comments in here before we keep this going. Rockies have a nice-ass stadium, though. I know. It's a beautiful yard. A baseball team should think about playing there. That's good. That's good. Nice stadium you have. Mind if we play in it? Mind if we hit bombs in it? The problem is that you're never going to not sell tickets at Coors Field because summer in Denver is amazing. And now that it's a tourist spot, you know what I mean, for all the marijuana, you don't even really need a fan base that gives a fuck. You just need people that want to visit Colorado. The Rockies have the nicest diamond-shaped bar in Colorado. And isn't it fun to go there and get hammered and watch or not a game? Damn, Jim Rome is getting old, I know. Premier League relegation kicks our ass in all sports. U.S. sports would be so awesome if we had relegation. I agree, Dante. I think that they should figure out how to do that in the NBA. Holy cow, Bud Black says the same damn thing every single offseason. If Brian steps up and becomes healthy, we're going to win. Fuck off, Bud. It's bad. How does he keep that job? I'll tell you how he keeps that job. What I didn't know was that Nolan Arenado was into it with, what's that fucking GM fucking fuck's name? You just have to be able to shovel sheet to work for the Rockies. I know. I just don't think it's possible for the Rockies to overcome the pitching. Free agents never sign here for a reasonable price, so we have to develop the entire stable from scratch. It's not impossible. I don't think it's impossible because high school and college baseball is a thing in Colorado. Guys excel, and now, is that a recipe for winning on the major league level? I don't know. Let's have some fun with reading. The Nolan Arenado trade, 3 years later, a Rockies disaster and a Cardinals dilemma. It's been 3 years since the Colorado Rockies sent one of their best players, Nolan Arenado, to the St. Louis Cardinals, in what is widely viewed as one of the worst trades in MLB history. I was thinking about, they sent $51 million to the Cardinals. Think about that LUKA trade. Think about, I mean, it's that level bad, right? At the time, many Rockies fans saw it as a clear sign that ownership had no real desire to build a true contender. That was the sign. Yeah. This is written February 13th, by the way, by Harrison Sawyer. Not only did the Rockies give up one of the best third basemen in MLB for an underwhelming return, they also agreed to pay St. Louis $51 million to take him. The decision baffled fans and analysts alike. Arenado was in his prime and has consistently been one of the top players in the league. Since the trade, the Rockies have struggled to remain relevant while Arenado has continued to excel. The move not only weakened Colorado's roster, but also left them without a clear direction moving forward. 3 years later, it's time to reevaluate the trade and its long-term impact on both teams. The Cardinals, meanwhile, have reaped the benefits of Arenado's elite defense on the hot corner and consistent offensive production, solidifying their infield for years to come as the Rockies search for a new identity. The trade serves as a cautionary tale of mismanagement and unmet expectations. You know what? Damn, Conga. Why you got to crash out on the fans for?
Look at his bum ass. Leave them crash outs alone while they're crashing.
Why are you crashing out on the fans for? Bud Black keeps his job because he's the beer guy for the poker night. I don't know if it's true. Here, Conga, I'll give you this. The only reason I don't know if it's true because I just don't think Rockies fan exists any longer. Do you know what I'm saying? Hardcore Rockies fan, I think, for the most part, did what we all have done, which is like, fuck you guys, you don't get my interest. But here's the problem. Denver, first of all, has become a complete, for all my natives that are still out there, it's become a complete transient city. And so the question becomes, what's more fun? To sit home bitching about the Rockies or get drunk with your boys and go out for a day and beers and watch, the Cubs are in town, St. Louis is in town, the Yankees are in town, the Dodgers are in town. You feel what I'm saying? It's a turnkey business model that will always make hand over fist money. Because I don't think Rockies fan exists like that. Rockies fan is at home punching the air watching the games. If they're watching it all. Some still go. But for the most part, it's Elitches for grown-ups. It's drunken Elitches for adults. It's fun to take the kids. Little leaguers love it. Invite your high school baseball squad, your traveling baseball team. It's the perfect storm because Colorado's economy can handle it, right? You got a high net worth individual that lives in and around that area that surrounds the ballpark. You got tourism out the ganga during the summer. You don't ever have to try. And I'm like, was that what this was about? I don't believe you're dealing with a full deck if you waste time on the Rockies. Yeah, man. It's fucked up. On February 1st, 2021, the Rockies and Cardinals finalized a deal that sent Nolan Arenado to St. Louis along with $51 million in exchange for Austin Gamber, Elihuris Montero, Tony Lacey, Mateo Gil. Does anybody know who any of these people are? I just think that it's fucked up. I think it's fucked up that they were able to pull that off. Without a salary cap, we'll never be able to compete against the Los Dodgers. I mean, look what they did in San Diego. They built a contender in San Diego. Not that they haven't had one before. Fact of the matter is the Rockies are a brand, not a sports team. They're not Rockies fans. Oh yeah, you're taking the words out of my text. It's a party brand. Like beer sponsored party. Yeah, it's like a great place to go for a bachelor party. I've been to a bachelor party that started at the Rockies game. It's a great place to go for a bachelorette party. Great place to go for your high school, whatever, glee club. Take the kids. You know, it's a great day at the ballpark. You know what I mean? It's still, beers and hot dogs all considered. I think it's probably the most affordable sporting event that you could go to in Colorado, to be honest with you. You get rock pile tickets. You know what I mean? When all's said and done, as long as you don't drive and park at the game, it's probably $100 night. It's probably the cheapest outing that you can have just on a whim with you, the boys, or you and the kids and the whiff. And it sucks because, man, baseball is so much fun when your team is trying to be good. I'm not even talking about trying to be good. I want to go on the ultimate park road trip. I was able to do it when I was hosting Rockies All Access, and I want to recreate it and just go to places like Wrigley. And so you can just see, you don't want. At the end of the day, most baseball fans aren't really baseball fans. They just love the party, unless you're in cities like New York, Los Angeles with the Dodgers, St. Louis, Royals. Royals fans are really, but look what the Royals have had to deal with. You know what I mean? Look at Cincinnati Reds fan. Think about Cleveland. What are they, Guardians now? The Cleveland Guardians fan. Think about Tampa Bay Devil Rays fan. Think about Miami Marlins fan. Like, Colorado's actually got it really good. You got a beautiful yard. You got a great city to be in. And I think that you got an ownership group that if they just weren't terrible human beings, could field. You don't got to be a contender. Just be competitive. Dante, to your point, pitching at altitude is not anything that anybody wants to try and deal with. It's nothing that anyone wants to try and deal with. But it's like, you can figure that shit out if you actually gave a shit. Without question, might be the worst ownership group in. I thought they were until I seen that shit in Dallas. And then that's like, damn, y'all are holding. The Mavericks. Which was a worse trade? Which was a more disrespectful trade? Nolan Arenado to the Cardinals, paying them to take your Hall of Famer off your roster, or Luka Doncic to the Lakers, knowing that the big play was, we want this casino and we don't give a damn about the fans. Which was the worst trade? We can move on from this because there's a couple of things I want to hit before I get out of here. Mavs worse because they were just in the final. Exactly. Like that to me was, listen, man, I don't think any of us are deluded enough to think that sports is not for us. You guys, we're the product. Sports is not for us. But while it's around, we'd like to think that what we're watching is real. I often come on here and talk about, the NFL's fixed. But you want to know that what you're watching is real. And what you want to know is that you're getting competitive, fire bang for your buck. And what you want to know is that people that can afford, like, there's question as to what now. Right now, I think the Monforts are over there. Baseball is the only pro sports in San Diego. They're rich. Yeah, no, I mean before they lost the Chargers, you're not wrong. But that's a rich town. The U.S. military isn't cheap to hold on to. Trust me, San Diego is not hurt. They're not hurting in San Diego. Trust me, it's not hard to. I mean, the Navy and the Marines. That's federal money. Trust me, they got money in San Diego. They've got money. The municipality, I'm saying, has money. Probably more money than a lot of places in California. But no, it's damn disrespectful what that ownership group did in Dallas, because there's no question that it's a hijack. Mark Cuban sold his majority stake to an ownership group that was like, I don't give a fuck about fandom. We'll move this team to Vegas if we have to. We build casinos, bitch. That's just crazy. Like brazen, just in your face. And there's nothing that a fan base can do when you're confronted with an ownership group. And like in Colorado, to Andon's point, to my point, in Colorado, it's kind of like the cake's baked. There's nothing you can do about it. It's a great place to go. I still enjoy going to a baseball game in Coors Field. It's a nice outing. And if it's a team in town that, you want to see, because baseball, the way baseball plays out, it's a skill competition. You want to see Manny Machado go yah-yah. You know what I mean? So it's just kind of like, I found it disrespectful, but it just got me thinking. I was like, that's not nearly as disrespectful as what happened to Mavs fan. I feel for that fan base, because that's just like a big fuck you. You know what I mean? That's like that's a huge FU. Like, I don't give a damn. And I don't have to give a damn. And there's nothing you can do about it. And they're right. What are you going to do? If you're a fan of the Mavericks, what are you going to do? You can stop going to the games. They don't give a shit. They're like, that's kind of what we want. We want you to stop going to the games so that we can move this franchise. Yeah, it's fucked up. It's fucked up because there's also no Rockies fans our age that grew up with the team. Right. Well, it depends on how old you are, Fishing. See, I grew up with the Bears, Denver Bears, and then the Zephyrs after that. Colorado's a baseball town. Colorado's always been a baseball town. I mean, we were a feeder system for the Zephyrs for one point in time. And the thing about it is like 95, the referendum and all that, and we get the team, and they came out with such fire, and they were lovable. And did we think, you got the one pennant that we hung up? Do you think that the Rockies were ever going to win the World Series? That run to the World Series, even though, God damn it, just from the first pitch, Jeff just watch it. Yacht, and we were just all like, oh shit, this isn't gonna go well. But you know what? It was fun while it was there. And then you had the 21 games thing, and it's just like, it's not hard to entertain baseball fans. It's not hard. Just be in contention until August, and we're in with you. And you can make all the money hand over fist. It fucking sucks. The Bears and the Zephyrs were both better than the current. Oh, without question. No question. No question, Kahanga. No question. They didn't trade Nolan in his prime either. He was on the decline. I followed Nolan his entire career. Since STL, he's been on the decline. I don't want to hear that. Your biggest collection is Nolan? I don't want to hear that. His glove is he still mans the hot corner at a pace. I know he had one, 2023 was his dip season. 2023 was his dip season. He researched. That first year in St. Louis, he was hot as a bitch. He had a dip in 23, and then I want to say he bounced back last year. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. You're an excuse maker. You're a contrarian and an excuse maker. They traded Nolan Arenado and paid $51 million to get a Hall of Famer off the hot corner. That's not, there's no way, no. The guy who took over for Nolan won a Gold Glove over him, LOL. Listen to me. You do not trade your, the guy who was the kid who took over there? Because I know he did win a Golden Glove. Nolan Arenado is premierly one of the best infielders in baseball. What are you saying? I'm not saying it was a good deal. Okay. I just know baseball. You know everything. A court let you tell it. Fishing. It's just crazy after the BS of the city of Denver had to go through to get a Major League Baseball team, and then they get cursed with the Rockies. They didn't get cursed with the Rockies. They got cursed with the Monforts. Kelly McGregor, rest in peace, passing away was the worst thing that could have happened to that franchise, because what you lost was a competitive fire. Jeff Burditch. When Jeff Burditch took over, that's his name. You just knew Jeff Burditch was I'm pretty sure was a sales guy. I think Jeff Burditch was I'm pretty sure he was a ticket sales guy. I'm fairly sure. Somebody check into that. Maybe he was a scout. He might have been a scout. But I want to say Burditch was a sales guy. And then it was just like, and that's how him and Nolan, the reason they traded it, because him and Nolan Arenado was like, come on, man, put some talent around me. And Burditch is taking his orders from up top. And the goal is keep payroll manageable, I guess. Stay out of contention, because they just want more. When you're in contention, they just want more. That's what it feels like anyway. Patriots were on 6 Super Bowls in 15 years, trading guys a year early and not too late. This ain't that ain't baseball, Fishing. Don't nobody want to argue with you about this, man. Know it all. Good point. I just know baseball sounds like a fishing story. Yeah, exactly. The deal was awful. I get that, but it was the right idea. Trevor Story was the athlete. Hasn't had a healthy season either. I mean, the way that this franchise has been run, with the exception of Todd Helton and Larry Walker, I mean, even with Ubaldo Jimenez, they've never seen it through building after that 21 in 22. They've never seen it through. They've never seen just a build through. And the theme remains the same. Guys get good, and I'm not even counting Troy Tulowitzki's whack ass in there. Guys get good. It looks like you're heading in a direction. Maybe I don't know baseball like you know baseball, but I know bullshit. And this franchise has never operated like one that's been interested in building a winner. And I feel they built it. Now, see, this is the shit that I'm talking about. The deal was awful, but hold on. They built a team to the World Series. Yeah, they got to the World Series. So that's the goal for you. Get to one World Series, and that day you did your job. What are we talking about? What are you saying? What are we talking about? Yeah, you got to the World Series. So that's where it stops? What are you saying? I'm not saying they even need to win the NL West every year. Just try, damn it. And if you're telling me you think that what they've been doing is trying, I'm telling you, I think you're crazy. I'm just saying they have a bunch of young talent. Their pitching is the question again, but they are building off those trades. I'll wait for him to finish that. All the other expansion teams that came out with the Rockies or after have won World Series. There's that. Marlins did it. Tampa Bay's done it. Who else am I forgetting? It's just, I don't think that there's any question that this is a poorly run organization. Unless it's Fishing, the contrarian. We should call you contrarian for cards. They have one of the infields and the best infields in baseball this year. That remains to be seen. Diamondbacks. There you go. Thank you, Conga.
Who wants to have some fun? I do.
Did it, broke it down, did it again. Broke it down, did it again. Broke it down, did it again. You don't have to be a baseball aficionado to see effort. You don't have to, be a Rotary League wizard to see effort and competence. Only the Marlins were an expansion team with the Rockies. Yeah, but Tampa Bay is an expansion team, as is both of those. That doesn't make your case. It makes it even worse, as are the Arizona Diamondbacks that did it after. How can the Diamondbacks get Randy Johnson, though? Rockies could never. Damn it, Bobby. You sound like you're making sense. Hang that National League West banner and then, count on the fact that you can say, well, they made it to the World Series once, and then that's it. That's what we brought. Thanks for playing. That's what you get, fan base. Enjoy. Mwah. Mwah. You're a cheap date fishing. I think you're a contrarian, personally. I think you just like to be on the opposite side of a conversation. And I don't mind that. Let me see. So you don't believe attitude has anything to do with pitching? No, I believe altitude has everything to do with pitching. What I'm telling you is this. Is that you play and practice at altitude more longer than like the humidor and the things. It is... Yes, it's a thing to deal with. But I think that what we've seen is, I don't think that they've succumbed to, it's the altitude, there's just nothing you could do about it. I think that they've succumbed to the fact we're just not going to try. You don't think you can put together a staff that can win, what do you got? It's 162 games. They can win 40 home games? If you paid the money and got guys in their prime and paid them, you don't think you could do that? You don't think you could put together a staff that could win 35, 40 games at home? You don't think they could do that? It's not that hard. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm saying it's not that hard. But you'd have to be willing to pay the money. Because you know what baseball players do? Look at the guy who just left the Yankees and went over to the Mets. You know what baseball players do? They'll take the money. Few people say no to the money. It doesn't happen. Mind you, if you're a gas thrower, if you throw gas, those guys want to throw at altitude. Yes, the risk is high, but the reward, you put at least another half mile on your fastball. Fuck out of here. Yeah, you're not a breaking ball pitcher. Yeah, you have to be crafty. You have to be crafty to come to the Mile High City and deal. But it's not impossible. I think it's the most overblown. I think Coors Canaveral, I think all of that is the most overblown excuse for what ends up being you're not building your organization and focusing on your weaknesses. You don't think anybody has a formula? Well, how do other teams come and win at altitude then? Yeah, you got a more it's a bigger risk for you. I'm just saying I don't like hearing the excuse of they're not trying. Diamondbacks play at altitude too. I had priority number 52 in seats behind home plate. Finally gave him up. Luckily, I grew up not too far from Dodgers. Oh man, and I love Chavez Ravine. Chavez. There is no better place to go watch. No, there are a few better places to go watch it. But how you walk down into Dodger Stadium is just, if you haven't been to Dodger Stadium, I just advise everyone, take a road trip with your buddies and go watch a game in it, and then understand what it is to be like. It's bad. D-backs played 1,100 feet above sea level. LOL. It's still not come on. which is the second highest league, which is the second highest in the league, but they pitch here and ruin your career. But hey, pitch here and ruin your career. No, see, that's the attitude. That's that bullshit. It's not an excuse when there's actually science that backs it. Teams win 2 games in 5 days, and you think they'd win here regularly? I don't know. I'm just saying, man. I really think. Well, when it was the we'll just out hit you. There are formulas. There are formulas. I just refuse to believe that. Oh my God! Just well, then move the team. What? We weren't the Bronx Bombers. What was Vinny Castilla? Vinny Castilla and them. What were they? Big El Gato Grande. What were they? What was Helton and them? The Rocks Bombers. What was it? What were we? It's not an excuse when there's actually. Oh, my bad. I read that already. Kendall Gill talking about LeBron. We can continue that conversation if you guys want to. I got a couple more things to get to, and then I'll let you guys go back to your video. I appreciate you guys hanging with your boy.
Who wants to have some fun? I do.
Knock down the 3-point shot.
This is interesting. Kendall Gill talking his shit.
And also, you know, I got an opportunity to play against LeBron for 2 years, you know, but that was towards the end of my career. I played against Michael for 15. All right. I could tell you what LeBron is going to do. LeBron is going to go right. When he go right, he's going all the way to the best. When he go left, he going to pull up for his jump shot most of the time. Okay, now he may do some other stuff, you know, but most of the time that's what he's going to do. I can't tell you what Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant is going to do. Okay, because they're too skillful. They have too many tools in their bag. They're both great on the post. They're both great in the mid-range, and they can both knock down the 3-point shot. And they play in the triangle offense, which makes them twice as hard to guard. So that's why I can't put LeBron in the class of Michael Jordan.
Now, I don't know what you think about Kendall Gill as a hooper. I really respected Kendall Gill's game. I think he played at the University of Illinois. Isn't that an interesting indictment? Do you guys think that the further this thing goes with LeBron, the worse he's going to make it for himself? Like, isn't it going to reach the law of diminishing returns where guys are really going to start telling the stories about LeBron here in a second? Hold on 1 second. What do you want? I'm on the air.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm on the air. This is Mike Coates, Food Chain's very own. You guys say what's up to Mike Coates. Everybody say what up, Mike. What do you want? You want me to call you when I'm done?
Where do I find it?
Go on. This is one of my best friends in the world, you guys. He doesn't even know where to find the show. Go to DMAC. Look up DMAC on YouTube. We're on right now. Andon said, "What's up, Mike?" People are saying, "What's up to you?"
What's up?
What's up? Either I'll call you when I'm done, but yeah, go search DMAC. You'll see it.
All right, I'm on it.
There you go. It's one of my best friends in the world. Where do I find it? Just to wrap that other conversation, out hitting only works so long. How are you going to out hit the Dodgers or the Padres right now? They have oil company salaries. Yeah, no, I listen, fishing, I enjoy the pushback. I'm being honest with you. I just think that that's the attitude that has built this team. I think that that's the attitude that's built this team. Everybody knows what the proposition is in baseball. And God's honest is the Rockies have fared just about as well as the Yankees have fared. And the Yankees never stop throwing money at the problem. You see where I'm going with that? If you are serious about winning in baseball, you have an open-ended check in Colorado. I'm not saying I have the answers. What I'm saying, Mike's in the building. What up, Coates?
Who wants to have some fun? I do.
I want you guys to know something. The guy who you see right there that says Mike Coates, he is the maker of this beautiful piece of work. This is Mike. Whenever Mike's in here, this is what you guys are going to hear. Welcome to the party, pal. Food Chain's very own Huh? Hitsville, producer extraordinaire, Mike Coates, everybody. Give it up, give it up, give it up, give it up. Welcome to the party, pal. Oh, the hood's here for sure. The hood's here for sure.
Every day in my hood, I bet I'm a nice worker.
Fuck them up, go see you, fight. Hello, Michael. So back to what I was saying. Fishing, I just feel like I feel like that attitude, and I appreciate the back and forth because I feel like, and we'll get to this Kendall Gill thing, I just feel like that is that's not our problem. That's not your problem. That's an ownership and a management, like in a philosophy thing to deal with. And I'm just saying it's not impossible to win at altitude playing baseball. It's not. To your point, they've been to the World Series before. Do that. They've won the West before. Do that. What we've seen more consistently anything with the Rockies is what they're not going to do is they're not going to put a consistent effort towards winning when it comes to paying money and holding on to guys. That's what it is. And you can't, and history's on my side. Okay. All right. Roster mismanagement. We're going to get back to this Kendall Gill thing because my question that I'm asking is, do you think that we've reached the law of diminishing returns with LeBron? Like Kendall Gill, this is a scathing thing for somebody to say about the face of the league, that he has no bag. What does that tell you? You wonder why basketball is bad? It's because Kendall Gill can say this about, quote unquote, the best player, arguably one of the greatest players in the history of the game. Is he wrong? What I'm saying is because people will be like, oh, what the fuck Kendall Gill knew? Kendall Gill only played for 2 years. Is he wrong, though? We all know LeBron's game. I'll pull up the bag. Okay, so my thing is like, so we just saw what happened during All-Star Weekend, showing up late. That's your protest, whatever. The whole Bronny thing, right? Are we reaching that point when it's probably time for LeBron to step away just so he can protect what is an easily researched, and I think it's going to start like, has LeBron James reached the law of diminishing returns because he stayed around too long enough to become the villain? Which isn't good for him because I think it just gets worse. Under the hot light of scrutiny, I think it's only going to get worse for him. Answer that question while I catch up on it. I just don't care about all the Jordan versus LeBron anymore. Oh, come on, damn it. You know, nothing is... Listen. Damn it, Bobby. Damn it, Bobby. That's not... It's not so much... we don't have to talk about him versus Jordan. I'm just talking about him. Number one. Number two, you feel me? I'm working here. The fuck? I was a toss-up between drafting Kendall Gill or Chris Jackson. I know. I'm glad we drafted who we drafted, but Kendall Gill was a bad man in his time. What's up, Mike? Ian Desmond did the funniest heist job ever. Played with the Rockies. COVID happened. Skipped 2020. Got paid. Skipped 2021 because of, quote, fears of COVID. Got paid 2022. Retired. What a legend. Yeah. Ian Desmond. I was trying to go to my soundboard. Mike says, "What's up? Welcome to the party, pal. The hood's here now. You goddamn right it is." I'll look it up on SoundCloud. Look up the boys. Look up the boys. LeBron stayed in the NBA too long. Oren, you know the deal. Come to the party and leave before midnight. You stay until two bad things happen. Minimalist monks in the house.
I want to thank the whole hood who came out here. I love y'all.
Every day in my hood, I bang. I'm a nice worker.
I think that's where we're at, because I think here's the problem for LeBron. We live in the internet era. See, Mike, the indiscretions in eras prior, you kind of get away with because the stories would have to be told verbally. Cats can just pull up tape on you on it's a little too easy to research and put a side by side up and be like, this is the greatest player of all time. I don't give a damn what the numbers say. That just means that you stayed in the game for a long time. It's a talk about LeBron is better than MJ, but dude is still playing and pissing people off. You don't talk legacy until you're done and reflect on the damn legacy. He's still playing, so go prove it. He's the one that, I mean, he's never shied away from the conversation. I think that's the biggest problem with LeBron, is that it's like Kanye. Don't nobody want to, let us call you a genius. Don't nobody want to hear you say it. And from the decision on, he's had misstep after misstep, although he's never got caught out there bad. You feel me? He's never got caught out there in a way that would besmirch his name as a man off the court. But things on the court, and you know, it's kind of the legacy chase, and then you combine the legacy chase kind of with the game. Like the bag, Kendall Gill, I mean, I trust Kendall Gill to know what he's talking about. Staying too long isn't an issue if your character doesn't suck and you're well respected. Well, I think there's that's starting to wear thin too, right? I think guys are starting to look at it for what it is. And I'm trying to figure out what niggas is scared of when it comes to Bron. I think that clutch sports thing, I think that there's a power that LeBron's had, more power than I think any player that's been before him. Like, look how the Dalton Connect thing worked. Dalton Connect waved off his son and got himself traded. And there's no question that Dalton Connect is that guy. Now, is that the first time that's ever happened on an NBA roster or in pro sports, that the lead guy on a team got a guy traded? No, but this one was just a pair, because it's just like Dalton Connect can ball. He can hoop. But I guarantee you this, he's better than Bronny right now, and probably will have a better career because he's taller. He can shoot. I don't know if Bronny's if that G League shit's gonna ever translate to the big show. And it's like, then the whole Bronny thing in general. It's like Michael Jordan had two sons. Both of them played college basketball. Marcus was all right. He played at Central Florida. The other son played at Illinois, I want to say. Michael Jordan owned a team at the time when his sons came, and it not a sniff. You're not besmirching my good name. You're not attaching that to what I've done. Couple more before we get out of here. I don't blame the Rockies management. If people want to pay and watch a bad product, I'd take your money too. There's that. It's hand over fist. It really, I think it's just really, I think it's a travesty. I think that the Dallas Mavericks, what happened with them is worse. Of the two trades, I would say that it's worse, because to Fission's point, you can always put some science to what the Rockies have done. There is some science. There was signs, and to Fission's point, Nolan had a down year a year after the trade. I think the first year, but they went to the playoffs all 3 years. That's why I'm saying Fission is that it doesn't hold water completely. But your point's well taken. That it's like, he was tailing off. Get him off quick. You signed the $260 million deal with him. But at the end of the day, it's like, the thing about Coors Field is that it's just a cash cow, bro. The Rockies are turnkey moneymaker. You don't need hardcore baseball fans to make money with that thing. You got a television contract, so you're always going to get your television money, and you're never going to, those turnstiles will never not turn. I just don't see it. Do you see it happening? Do you see it happening? Like people not going to the games to a point where it's like, okay, we might have to think about moving the team. I just don't see that happening. Him bullying GMs to trade for players he wants is unheard of, allegedly. Yeah, and I think it's got a clutch. I think there's a clutch sports management angle to it that I don't, because players defer to Bron. I get players and GMs defer to that dude like he could get them. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm talking about from other teams. I was watching the conversation the other day on ESPN, and although I can't stand what's Auntie's name? Kendrick Perkins. Although I can't stand Auntie, he said something about he thought LeBron showing up late was sending a message. And Stephen A. Smith tried to put him on because nobody wants to. Everybody's scared to get on Bron's bad side. Like, do yourself a favor. Watch Gil's Arena and watch how when it comes time to criticize LeBron, everybody kind of tiptoes around. Like, I don't know what that nigga, man, he might have some of them Diddy tapes. You feel me? And it's like, so Stephen A., he's like, whoa, what do you think the deal is? And Kendrick Perkins, who will stop at nothing to Auntie out, shut up real quick. I'd pull the clip, but I don't feel like that. I'm talking like he was like, he just thought he was gonna throw it, and I'm like, damn, let's say that. Like people feel scared of this man. What do you think Bron got on these cats? He was at them Diddy parties. Somebody else was at them Diddy parties. So LeBron was like, Chappelle, never invited. Nah, he said ain't no party like a Diddy party. He's on tape saying it. To Diddy. The fuck? Or the Rockies can win. They just don't want to. I feel like it. I feel like, and again, I'm not talking about winning a World Series. I'm talking about competing. And competing is throwing money at the problem. And I think that they could throw money at the problem and make money hand over fist while doing so. So then it's just kind of like, well, you're just not surrounding yourself with baseball people who have an opinion, who have a philosophy. I'd rather you throw a philosophy at it and it completely implode than do nothing. And it's like manage roster salary. So you look at a guy and you're like, he's going to want more money, or that's going to cost us too much, or whatever. And then trading him, like you didn't get better trading Nolan Arenado because there was no science behind trading him. It felt more like a LUKA move, but I don't think they want to move the Rockies. So then it's like, so you guys really just, because the difference between him and KRIS is about $80 million. So it's like, oh, you want to shave it? Like, that's just skeevy. And you could still make the money. Just build a winner. Like, what the fuck? Did I get an agree with that 100% out of fishing? Oh, shit. That shit don't happen. Fishing don't agree with nothing I say. They also don't have the same money as other teams. Baseball is dead until there's a salary cap. That's the only way Colorado can get. Yeah, I agree with that, though. I agree with that. You're always going to get, LA and New York are going to be able to battle with goo gobs of money, and everybody else is just kind of waiting, hoping blind squirrel and swings and gets in that. I think LeBron is too deep in simps and people around him. That's why people step around him like that. I think I don't know what it is. It just seems like unwarranted fear. You're gonna have to do it, big dog. Pull the trigger. What are you gonna do? You ain't got no goons. What are you gonna do? You're gonna have to pull the trigger, because I think calling a spade would say, one, you stayed too long. Two, all them records. Man, if you just look at the bag, put his bag up against Michael Jordan's bag, it's not even close. Then you look at the rings, not even close. He didn't have more rings than Kobe, not even close. Yet this dude is roundly, I'm not even putting him up against MJ. I'm saying he's roundly considered, because kids don't know shit, right? So they grew up watching LeBron as Bron. I don't give a damn about what kids say. I'm talking about the people who are supposed to be writing this shit, the sports writers, his peers. And it's like, I don't see it. You don't think AD and Kyrie can compete? Dallas didn't get nothing. Well, you see what happened with AD. I think AD is one of the most talented basketball players I've ever seen in my life. The problem with AD is that his body does not agree. His body's like, I don't give a damn what this can do. I'm not with it. So he quits. His body is just not. So the problem is that AD, because of availability, will never be able to substantiate that trade. I just don't think. I think that trade was so inequitable because of health reasons that it should have been stopped. That's not value. First of all, one guy is what, AD's young 30s, 31, 32, tertiary, 23, 23. Luka's 25. Luka's 5-time All NBA at 25, however many time All-Star. There was no equity in that trade at all. That should have come with picks and all kind of shit. Think about the Mikal Bridges trade, and then look up Mikal Bridges. Hold on. The Mikal Bridges trade told me everything I needed to know about. And I'm not saying the NBA picks really mean all that much, because quite honestly, basketball is American basketball is broken from a talent procurement standpoint. Mikal Bridges trade. Like the draft is the NFL draft. I mean, the NBA draft, unless you're getting unless you got an overseas guy. My overseas guy is going to handle it. Unless you got an overseas guy, if you're picking from what college has to offer. Mikal Bridges, Keita Diop, a second-round pick, draft rights to Juan Paulo Violet. That's what the Knicks got in exchange for Bojan Bogdanovic, Diakité, Shake Milton, unprotected 25, unprotected 27, unprotected 29, unprotected 2031, unprotected 2028, top 4 protected 25, second round top 25. Like, and Luka went for AD, him and the other kid. If you're looking at that trade on its face, it's just like, yeah, no, you're gonna have to. What? I think LeBron might have tape on Nosferatu, the walking undead, David Silver, Daywalker. If AD can be healthy, I should say. Yeah, it's just his body. And that's why I think I think that's why. You watch the old MJ film, he was getting triple teamed, and LeBron would not have beaten those Pat Ewing teams. No way. Yeah, I think one of the biggest overrated stats is LeBron went to 8-10 at Eastern Conference Finals in a row. Did you see the level of competition in that, man? I'm just being real. Give me the quintessential LeBron opponent in the Eastern Conference that he beat getting to those however many god awful. Give me the team. Who? And when he won it, he had to go team up with Chris Bosh and Dwayne Wade won, and then he had to go get AD to get it. Like, I'm clear on what happened. And then people will say, oh, well, what about the Cleveland one? Yeah, Kyrie Irving, who has proven himself to be NBA top 100 for sure, probably top 75 when all is said and done, just because nobody's ever had a handle like him. Kevin Love, prime of his career, not bad help, and a host of other guys that at least were helping. What more did he need more than that? The greatest ever needed more than that? He had his Scottie Pippen. That's Kyrie. Kyrie hit the game-winning shot. He had his Dennis Rodman or whoever you want to say. Like, give me the mountain that LeBron climbed. He made it to. Give me the mountain that LeBron climbed. When the Pistons were winning theirs, he didn't get shit. So when Chauncey and them was doing it, he didn't get shit. So give me the mountain that he climbed to make it to those 10 straight Eastern Conference. I don't give a damn. Who'd he beat? It was a down league. Somebody had to go. Or the Mark Price Cavs teams, or the Houston Rockets Hakeem teams, or the Charles Barkley Suns teams. Like, straight up, I'll tell you this. If Allen Iverson's Philly teams, he wouldn't have beat those teams. Here comes fishing. Anyone who grew up and saw Jordan knows that it isn't a debate. Yeah, because kids don't know shit. Kids have the luxury of ignorance, of not having seen stuff. The Celtics team a couple of times, but that's it. Yeah, and that was tail end Celtics. He beat Joker. Here comes Mike. He did come back on Golden State. All the contrarians. Nobody wants to hear that shit. You're laughing. You're laughing. You're laughing, laughing. He beat Joker in the bubble, mind you. Laughing, laughing, just laughing and laughing. Laugh it up, fuzzball. I'm just saying that, like, Mike, you should know better. You ain't no spring chicken out here, boy. You know better. He did Mike Coates. Man, you're a smart guy. I'm gonna check out you guys throughout group. Timothy, listen, flattery will get you everywhere. Flattery will get you everywhere. By the way, that win against Golden State could as much be attributed to Draymond Green being a head case as it could LeBron. You and I both know why. Funny, too, they both are with Clutch Sports. No, Draymond's just a head case. Jordan is like Jokic if Jokic was a killer. Okay, this is what we'll wrap up on. And then I'm going to let you guys get back to your evening. I appreciate y'all spending time with me. Giving me 2 hours of your time, that's big. That's huge. No, don't let Joker's career be Nolan Arenado with the Rockies, or Todd Helton with the Rockies, or Larry Walker with the. Well, you can't really count Larry Walker. Can't really count Todd Helton too. They had some runs with Todd Helton. Don't let the Joker years be something that we look back on. Like, okay, they're coming. Okay, this is where we'll end. Let's look at I want you guys' predictions, or what do you need to see in this first 10 games? This first 10 games out the gate for the Nuggets is going to be, I think, a proving ground. What do our boys need to be after game 10 when they play? I think it's back-to-back dates with OKC. Is that what they finished that 10 game with? Okay. Here's the 10 games coming out of the break. So here's the question. Right now, the Nuggets sit at 36-19. I believe they're in third place in the West. We want to win in the West. You come out, Charlotte, then the Lakers, both of those home games. Then you go on the road for 4. Pacers, Bucks, Pistons, Boston. That's a hell of a road swing. Thinking about how the last one went when we thought, okay, well, they just need to get off to a good start, hopefully play Minnesota close, and then Chicago, you get the win, and blah, blah, blah. And we saw how that went. They lost 3 straight. By the time they had hit that 4th game when they went down to DC, I believe it was, did they lose in DC or did they win back in Charlotte? I just need to look back on it. Okay, when they went to Philly, they ended up getting them. So you got that 4 on the road. So we know we'll come back to the roadie. Then you're back home for Sacktown and Phoenix, and then you got 2 away games at OKC. That's your first 10 games coming out of the break. So we know at worst, you can only afford to go 500. But if you go 500 and that 500 is you only beat the bad teams, that's not good. Derek Winsell in the house. Hello, Derek. Welcome to the party.
Thank the whole hood who came out here. I love y'all.
Every day in my hood, I bang. I'm a nice worker.
Is that a thing? Are the Rockies? Are the Rapids playing right now? What? Are you in the right place? I mean, welcome to the hood. But are you in the right place? Are you in the right place? I mean, we welcome you, Derek. But are you sure you came to the right party? The amount of bona fide superstars in the NBA 40 years ago was insane. The game was way more physical. It's not a discussion. MJ far superior LeBron ratings. Yeah, kids don't know shit. I always say that only when it comes to LeBron, because the only people who really argue that thing that LeBron is better than are kids, and kids don't know shit. They're not supposed to know shit. Thank you. And then Pat Mahomes is not better than Joe Montana, let alone Brady. Joe Montana might be a question. Once again, Derek, are you in the right place? Just asking. Welcome to the hood.
I want to thank the whole hood who came out here. I love y'all.
I just don't know if you're in the right place. Current players were born on third base and think they hit a triple. Exactly. No respect for the work it took to make their salaries possible. Spoiled rich kid effect. Clay Travis said it very well. Yeah, I heard Draymond. Okay, hold on. I'm still asking you guys, what did that 10-game trip got to go? Listen to, God, I love Lou. And Lou had a great game too. Listen to this sound from oh God, look at this shake though. Is this a carry? Is this a carry? Spin. Is that legal? What she did? Come here, Mixie. She carried that, right? That's a carry. Mike Coates, 5-5 gritter block. Is this a carry? That's a hell of a move right there. Mix it. Put her in a blender. What? Mix it. Put her in a blender. That shit's crazy. Is that a carry? All right. Is this lame? Wait, this is for all the Drake fans. This is King Corny. What's up? Dude, it's so stupid. This is your king? If you're a Drake fan, if you're a Drake fan, this is your king.
What's up? I want y'all to talk to me in the back. What's up?
Kendrick does. That guy's got problems, man. That guy needs help. Oh, look at this shit. Watch this shit. I know. I don't even care if it gets copyright strict. Watch.
Chơi chuẩn, ai hay du like cầm giòn, du bên này heo ở vô được xe bờ lắc ở quang, ở hay biết được thoát tôi mà nè lớn, chụp mấy số dư hai cho lúa sốt tập form, để theo mi châm để hon liên quan đi kích cho hand me down, and body at the fucking lock, quay đít no Chanel, and back I got a pia cây qua xia reo, phá lấy một bó sẽ có phá bé được fail, wop, that fucking move, wop.
He just cannot write, so this shit tell the internet. Okay, this is Lou Will. Lou Will, I believe, had.
But that's the part I want to clean up. Like, everything can be a money incentive. Like, we got a mid-season tournament that's for $500,000. Now we got to give another, well, not we, because it ain't my cheese, but it's another $1 million on the line for a one-on-one tournament. Like, everybody's making a ton of money. We got to get back to where this is about pride or it's about competitiveness. We know everybody's going to play for some money. We get that part. Now we want to kind of get out of that. You know, I think the fans are just getting to a place where they just want somebody to show some pride or show the fact that they appreciate the fan experience. I think we should get back to that part. But the $1 million ain't too shabby to get a lot of guys excited to play one-on-one.
Are you asking humans to not be motivated by money, Lou? I don't understand these words you're saying.
I'm asking humans not to be motivated by money every single turn of the way. That's all I'm saying. Money is the motivation. Be clear. Everybody has a responsibility to feed their families.
That feed their family shit, when you're talking about guys who make millions of dollars to play pro gym, really does twist nipples. I think they got to figure out something else to say. I don't think it's probably not that hard. You could feed a family of 12 off a league minimum salary. That feed your family shit is just, there's got to be a different way you could say that.
And to further their careers and to earn the money that's deserved. But at what point?
Deserved?
Do we say, I'm making enough cheese, I'm going to make money anyway by being there? Everything shouldn't be a cash incentive to get guys to be competitive. That's all I'm saying.
Honestly, I was thinking the same thing when the play-in tournament happened. I was like, Jesus, these guys make so much money. Like, and no shade, like we really have to incentivize them with more money. And then how successful that was and how hard those guys played during that tournament. I honestly was like, you know what? Maybe money is the motive still, even if you're making, you know, these.
Was it all that successful?
Super max deals. So again, I like it. I like anything to make this weekend better. And I really do think that this one-on-one tournament, again, is it going to guarantee us competitive, huge games, guys giving fouls? What rules are we going to put in there is a huge factor. And again, who are we going to get? It comes down to the same thing as the dunk contest and everything. But I do think this is a way to get stars to kind of show us their full game, their full package on display.
Whoa, pause. You want to see a guy's full package? Fuck are you talking about, dude? Just to wrap this thing up. Damn, you can get tickets to Detroit. Okay, so there's a Rockies. I thought it was snowing out there. There's a Rapids game right now. In Jordan's era, Barkley or Malone weren't getting pity MVPs. Oh, yeah, for sure. Andon says, agreed, but time will tell. Mahomes could still break hearts records for another decade. Agreed. Mike says, Flint, Michigan topics are 2-0. Oh, Flint, Michigan tropics are 2-0 also. You guys are really into MLS like that? Damn straight. You guys really, you fuck with MLS like that? Andom, what if Mahomes goes 3-3 in Super Bowls? Would that change your opinion? Conga says Andon knows. Andon says that's a 15-yard penalty in the NFL. That's why he wasn't invited. I'm not sure who you're talking about. Fishing is laughing. Mike Coates says Kenwick woman. Hold on, man. Listen. This is how far this song has gone. This is how far this has gone. This is how far it's gone. This is a
John, du bên này heo ở gô được xe black ở quang. Ở hai này biết được thoát tôi mà nè lớp. Chụp mấy số dư hai cho lút sốt tập form. Để thêm mi châm để hon liên quan đi kích your hand me down. And body at the bucket lock, quay đít nó so now. And back I got a pia cây qua xìa rêu. Sơ tập phá lấy cục bó, sơ tập phá bé được fail. Wop, that fucking move. Wop. I'ma do my stuff. Why you show like a bitch in si tai China chat a call and it rally a minor.
You can't write this shit, man. Oh fuck. Oh. Oh my god. You just can't write this shit. What the fuck? You know Drake just wants to punch air. That damn song took him all the way off. It's done. It's a wrap. They still think people are cheating them out of. We don't have time for it tonight. Another night, you guys. Mahomes wins 8 Super Bowls. Then we can talk about that. There's a girl on YouTube who shows videos of her surviving. Oh, wait a minute. I got to show you guys one thing. I'm sorry. Did you guys see this? This shit right here is crazy. This tells you where the culture's at. This tells you where we are at as a culture. Because this shit right here, first of all, there's this. Y'all please look at the thing that crashed in Toronto. First of all, here's what it does crash. Hold on. This is the most amazing. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, no. So I don't know why that guy's even there filming.
Okay. Are you seeing this airplane just crash into Greece?
Okay, so he must work at the airport.
Oh my god.
That was crazy. Now, what's crazier is nobody died. Just people injured. That's not what's crazy, though. What's crazy is this shit right here.
Everything, drop it. Come on. Don't take it away.
Put that phone away.
Holy fuck. Holy fuck. Holy fuck. Oh my fucking god.
There's another guy
Yo, I
with a
was
phone
just
out.
on this fucking plane. Oh my god. Yo, I was just on this fucking plane.
Hold on, listen. Put that phone away. I think that we've jumped the shark. I'm gonna say this as we get out of here. We've jumped the shark, y'all. It's jumped the shark. If you're in a plane crash, I don't know. I don't know. You guys tell me. If you're in a plane crash and you survive it, is the first thing that you're doing grabbing your phone to film? To where the stewardess has to tell you, put that phone away? That's the grip the billionaires have on the rest of us, making us feel bad for getting our fair share of the monies. How about players give back to the fans? That's what All-Star games were originally about. That's what fans got to play. Yeah, exactly. Is that just the original slow down? That's funny. That track is a banger, no skips. That's just planes in 2025. Yeah, that's how that goes, right? He looks like he's waiting on the runway. Yeah, I think that he was a guy that's working the thing. All those people need therapy now. Damn, yeah, seriously? Maybe it was Boeing. Boeings haven't been faring too well. Who thinks that's my point? That was my point. Who was that? I know exactly who you're talking about. Not Kosminski. Oh, my favorite guy, Jerry Schimmel. Jimmy Schimmel. Jerry Schimmel. Isn't that wild that the guy went to the phone though? Like, why are you filming that? You just survived a plane crash. This is how sick. This is the sickness. We're sick. It's a sickness. You survive a plane crash, and the first thing you think is to pull your phone out? By the way, I think the Nuggets need to go 6-4 coming out. They can't go anything less than 6-4, and I need them to beat OKC in one of those matchups. I need them to beat Boston. I'm all over the place. I need them to beat the Lakers. I need to see them win back-to-backs. I need to see them beat Boston and Detroit because Detroit's a team on the rise. I feel like things will go well against Sacramento and Phoenix. I need them to beat OKC, if not both of those games, at least one. Yes, shout out to Jerry Schimmel. Great play-by-play guy. Survived, yeah, plane crash. Yeah, ask him if he'd whip out the phone. It's just bizarre. She took Wu-Tang to a new level. Hey, joke. It's bizarre. The phone pullout was like, wouldn't you be like, you didn't call your, these just routine landing. You didn't call your peoples like, I'm good. You pulled your phone out to film, not to call and be like, you'll never guess what just happened to me. I almost died in a plane crash. To film. Because you got to go viral, right? Well, I lived. Time to go viral. You're very welcome, Fishing. Let's see. Who's all in the house? Let's start this again. Fishing for cards. Oops. Give me my theme music. Fishing for cards.
I want to thank the whole hood who came out here. I love y'all. Every day in my hood, I bang. I'm a nice worker.
And in the house.
The whole hood who came out here. I love y'all. Every day in my hood, I bang. I'm a nice worker.
Minimalist Monks in the house.
I want to thank the whole hood who came out here. I love y'all. Every day in my hood, I bang. I'm a nice worker.
Conga Hydra.
I want to thank the whole hood who came out here. I love y'all. Every day in my hood, I bang. I'm a nice worker.
Timothy
I want to
Rimothy.
thank the whole hood who came out here. I love y'all. Every day in my hood, I bang. I'm a nice worker.
Damn it, Bobby.
I want to thank the whole hood who came out here.
Dante. Media critic. Skunk Life. I think I got everybody. I think I got I forgot about my one guy. My guy for joining me for the first time in forever. My guy, Michael Coates. Oh shit. Yeah. Huh? What? Huh? What you say? It was a bitch? Huh? What? If you ever get in a plane crash and you go to pull out your phone, call someone that you love. What the fuck? What kind of shit is that? Like, what? This generation is cooked, fried. Riding on the train with no dope may suck, but I don't think I'm getting on a plane soon. Go get that Journey Spice. And his beautiful wife throwing that Journey Spice out there. Where do they get it, Andon? Throw it in the chat. Where do they get it? Amazon, right? You go to Amazon, search Journey Spice. I'm gonna try it soon, Andon. Thank you so much. All right, you guys. I think good work was done here tonight. I think we solved some of the world's problems. I just love you guys. I love my hood. And as long as I'm here, you're here.
Every day in my hood, I bang. I'm a nice.
I'ma always make space for you. So for On the Mena, I am Kip Nupcheck. You've been listening to Good News Travel Fast on the Kill You With Truth network of programming and whatnot, whatever that guy just said. Until next time, you be easy. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. And if you do, just don't get any on you.
And now it's time to play everybody's favorite game.
Jesus Christ, we can't run.